Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
You wait all day for a bus to come and then two come at once. We're back again, second time of the day for another stream. Hope you are lovely people. As always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. We are Team Kop-Ish people. Hope you're all well and have had a fantastic day so far wherever you are in the world. Drift, we spoke earlier. We did the watch long earlier. Liverpool drew 4-4. How you feeling a few hours after that game?
Oh, that game didn't bother me in the slightest. Still, I'm not gonna lie, it didn't bother me in the slightest. I'm always gonna be happy if some positive stuff happens. I think there was quite a few nice moments. I think Mo looked really sharp. Nunez's finishing looked good. There was some down marks. The defense was looking all over the place, and you know, we know once we get past Kelleher and Allison, it's a bit of a problem in the goal. But I'm not letting that friendly get me annoyed in any way, shape, or form. I'm still confident, still feeling cool about the team. I get what you're saying about how we've got to make sure we add defenders. Facts, we've been speaking about this, but the first 11, I think, is absolutely on smash. It's just about now making those adjustments to the squad. That's how I feel about it. I think if it was a computer game and your first 11 was fit all the time, you could just flick the switch that said injuries and nobody ever got injured. It'd be hard pressed for me to not sit here saying we're going to win the title, but there's so much more to football than that. So, yeah.
Sorry, say that last bit again.
If it was the first 11 and nobody could get injured, like a computer game where you could flick the switch and everybody was fit for the whole season, I'd be hard pressed to not sit here and say I think we'll win the league.
Okay, fair enough.
That's also in my mind thinking we are going to fix the DM situation. Because I know at the moment that situation is so up in the air, but I can't believe that my manager, my team, is just stupid enough to not fix that problem. Like I can't. Not after last year's mistake as well. But yeah.
Well, Drift, let's start there. Let's start in DM. Palhinha went down with a separated shoulder. It seemed like the Callum curse strikes again. Caicedo has hit an impasse with Chelsea. Deal looks like it's on hold at a stalemate.
Sky Sports said moving at a glacier pace. I don't even know how slow a glacier is, but
very slow. That's very fast slow.
At all.
It's not fast at all.
So
I asked you, Drift, because I'll be honest. After seeing Enzo Fernandez go for over 100 mil, seeing Bellingham go for 88 mil, seeing Declan Rice go for over 100 mil. I think Brighton want close to 100 mil for Caicedo.
85 mil, what I'm hearing is what will get him.
I doubt it. Just signed a new contract as well. I'm sure there was a gentleman's agreement in there, but there was no written agreement.
We all know about those gentleman agreements.
Yeah, but gentleman's agreements can be gone. You can go back on a gentleman's agreement.
They ain't worth the paper they're written on.
Precisely. So as much as we'd both love Caicedo at the club, he's not. We're not in that field. We're not in that field at all. If I ask you seriously, what DMs out there can we actually go and get right now? Because I'll be honest, it's looking rough.
All right. He ain't a DM in the way of how a Caicedo or a Mascherano or a Flacco.
I wouldn't even say Caicedo's a DM either, but he's
he's got all the makeups to be capable of doing it. Yeah, but I think the elephant in the room is screaming loud. I'm not even going to make an elephant noise right now because I'll get clipped. But the elephant is screaming loud in the room, bruv. It's Kimmich, bruv. What are we doing? Why are we even
this route?
Cal, why are we even... He wants a new challenge. Bayern Munich have accepted that he won't sign a new deal. He's got 1 year left, Cal. All right, he's 28, but who cares? He's world class, bruv. I know that's not the way we normally operate as a club, but we did it for Thiago. Double that. 50 mil gets Kimmich.
For a start,
For
a start, I don't think Kimmich gets 50. I don't think you get Kimmich for 50 mil. Drift, he's not a DM, bro.
Bruv, he can play DM in our system with the help from McAllister and Trent inverting. And remember, the pivot when Trent inverts, so he won't be by himself all the time because there'll be.
He's not a DM, bro.
Bro, the DM market is very light, right?
But don't get me wrong, by the way. I want Kimmich at Liverpool, but I don't want him to come and play DM.
But I do. And then I tell you what, you're brave. You're brave. This is what you do as a club. You're brave. You get Lavia as well. And while Lavia's learning his trade, Kimmich is there doing his thing. And if at some point during the season you start thinking, as good as Kimmich is, this DM thing ain't working, we'll put Lavia in. It is what it is, bro. That is the type of things that my club should be doing right now. We just got 60 mil nearly for Hendo and Flacco combined. Yeah, was it 52 mil or whatever it is, plus add-ons or whatever, yeah? Are you telling me we can't slap 40 mil on top of that, Cal, and pay 50 for Lavia and 50 for Kimmich and just bring the two of them in? Like, what are we doing here, bro?
He's not a DM, Drift. Kimmich is one of my favourite players in world football. He's not a DM.
I think he's capable.
Not in the Prem, not for what we need, bro.
So if I said to you, Kimmich and Trent doing up pivot, you don't think that works, bro?
Not from a defensive standpoint, no.
Bro, I think it does.
I'd love Kimmich at the club simply because he can play centre midfield and he can play right back, and he's experienced for days and he's phenomenal as a footballer. But from a defensive standpoint through the middle, then absolutely, I'll be honest. If we're doing that, I'd rather go and get Kone. I think Kone's better suited to playing DM than Kimmich. Kimmich is a way better footballer, but
I don't have an issue with that either, bro. I didn't have an issue when I thought Kefram was going to come in and do the DM. I think he could be molded into that role as well. Like,
I don't think we need to be getting someone to be molded though, Drift. We just need to get someone who's made already, bro.
But bro, the DM market is very, very slim pickings right now. Very slim pickings.
So stay there with that.
To deal with what you can, you know what I mean?
Stay there with that, Drift. I'm glad you said that because I feel the exact same way. And I can't believe I'm going to say this. And I know what's going to happen next. So I'm not even good. Look, there's me touching the computer screen. I've switched off comments because I don't want to see what's going to come next. I don't want people cussing me out of the chat. With the market how it is for DMs, unless Schumann miraculously becomes available, and we can go and get him, is it best waiting until January or next summer to get a DM?
Hold on.
Oh, sugar.
No, hold on.
See you, man, later. Yeah, Drift, this is you, bro. I'm gone.
Hold on, Cal. Let me get this straight.
28 comments come up straight away, bro.
Now
it's 42. I'm gone.
Hendo and Flacco are leaving, and we don't bring. So who plays in the role then?
I'm just here asking questions.
That would be the biggest.
Someone just said cut my tongue. Someone said cut my tongue out. That's extreme, guys.
Man wants to do an old boy thing, you know.
I said cut my tongue out. That's a lot, guys.
Cal. And the thing is, Cal, what would improve in the DM market within 6 months? That's like the question I ask. Like, what would change between now and January?
Kone would become fit and available. Lavia might be a better player than he is currently and may look like he's completely ready. Many might not be getting as many chances and may decide to leave on loan potentially. Isn't it Euros next season, right? Next summer, right?
Yeah,
he might not be getting too much game time at Real Madrid. He could seek a move in January potentially, so that he's a player who could start for France.
Lavia could be snapped up though, bro. There might be no opportunity to get him. Someone else might have bought him.
I know. I hear you.
No, I mean, you know what? Even though I would still say no, I think if Basetic was like fully fit, firing, and ready to go, I'd be a little bit more inclined to like understand your way of thinking.
Can I just clear my name quickly, Drew? Can I just clear my name? Guys, I just asked the question. I'm not saying I would do this. I just please stop
I
killing
know
me.
people are saying you work for FSG now and all
Yeah,
sorts, bro.
yeah, this is a lot.
You know what? What you just said about Shuameni actually isn't the worst idea in the world. As in, like, if he's not playing, then he is going to want to be, you know, ready for the Euros. A loan move, he might not even be that opposed to. Now, what I don't like about that is that's a short fix, and we need a long-term fix. But Shuameni comes in for half a season. Might be an Odegaard situation where he wants to go back to Real Madrid originally, but then he realizes how cool it is where he is. And even though it's not as big of a team, he's like, you know what? Let me go for this. Let me try and put my all in. It ain't the weirdest thing that's ever happened in football, is it? That Shuameni would go on a loan and then maybe decide that maybe it is the right move. Because a lot of people thought that Odegaard was just going to get football and never would leave. And in the end, he didn't even leave for big money. I think it was only 32 million or something he left for in the end.
I think it was about 40.
So I think Shuameni will probably believe in himself more than Odegaard did, based on the position he plays in the team. And Modric and Kroos and them man are getting old now. But you just never know. But it's a massive risk. It's a massive risk.
So is when you say it's a massive, is that an absolute no for you, or?
Oh yeah, without doubt, bro. I would rather we bought Amrabat than didn't buy anybody. And I don't even think Amrabat's good enough, but we can't buy nobody. Not with Hendo and Flacco going. If Flacco was here, I'd probably be like, Cal, that's probably the best thing we could do, because we can like assess the market a bit more without being like bent over a barrel, so to speak. But with Flacco going, bro, we've got no DM at the club at all. Because remember, a lot of people during our conversation have said that they think Bajcetic is an 8. So if he's not even really a proper 6, we don't actually have a DM at the club.
I'll be honest, I think Bajcetic is more of a 6 than other players we've been linked with.
I think he can play 6, but again, a lot of people
used to play centre back as well. Bajcetic actually used to be centre back as well. That's how when we signed him, that's what we actually bought. We bought a centre back. Here's another proposition. We've seen.
Oh, Amrabat's confirmed to Man U, is he? Okay, cool.
Missed another one.
Pretty much confirmed. Nah, I don't think Amrabat's good enough, bro. Honestly, I don't. I know he's a good player, but he's not good enough to take Liverpool to the next level. I don't want Amrabat to be Liverpool's DM for the next 3-4 years. I don't.
No, but this is what I'm saying. You're missing the point of just drift. Amrabat secures us for the next year potentially, and then next summer we can go back into the market knowing that we have someone there and Amrabat's there.
But that's not how we move, Cal. We won't. It'll just be Amrabat for the next 4 years, bro.
But that's how we should move. It's not rocket science.
I know, but we don't know, bro. Think about how many players we've had at our club.
As a 6 right now, I'm not talking about in 2, 3, 4 years' time. As a 6 right now, who's better, Lavia or Amrabat?
Amrabat. But the ceiling for Lavia is so high.
Yeah, but he's not there yet. Bruv, I don't care about ceilings, bruv. I want my feet on the ground. If I want to do ceilings, bruv, I'll do up Peter Parker and get bitten by a spider. But I care about now.
No, but we need to care about the future, Cal, because that's how we have.
No, but I keep on hearing about ceiling this, ceiling that, bruv. We don't even have a ground at the moment, bro. We're just an empty vessel.
But we know once we invest in a player, Cal, he's here for the long run. So we have to think about potential of players, because if we buy a quick fix, it won't be a quick fix, bro. He'll be in the team for the next however many years.
But isn't that on the manager to? Because all right, so here's how it could go. Amrabat comes in, he has a decent season, and then we go and get someone next summer who's the big player, and then Amrabat becomes the backup. Or Amrabat comes in, turns out to be a revelation, and then we potentially go and get an understudy for him. Or we go, right, Amrabat's really stepped up. Let him do his thing.
Yeah, I hear that.
But how much? How much is he going Man United for? What? 25 mil?
It ain't a lot.
Oh, F off, man. What is this? What are we doing? What are we doing, bro?
If we bought Amrabat, I would need us to buy Lavia at the same time.
But I'll be honest. Right now, I'm taking Amrabat and a centre back and a right back, and I'm good. I'm good with the window.
I don't even disagree with you, but
But I do not want us
I don't know,
scrambling
man.
around on the last day of the summer, going, "Oh, we need to secure a loan move for a centre midfielder." I
Yeah, no,
don't want to do that.
of course not. Of course not. No way. I mean, bro, but this is the thing, especially that it's moving at a glacier pace, as they're reporting. Why aren't we just pulling our finger out, realizing we've got 50, 60 million in the bank now that we didn't even think we had? And why are we not just going to go and get Caicedo? It makes no sense to me whatsoever that if we didn't have a budget before, we don't realize we have a budget now. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've just got 50, 60 mil out of nowhere. We should be able to get involved in the Caicedo bid.
If I can't do the budget, I can't do the budget talk. If I can't, not even in a rude way, but I can't, because we've gone over this, bro. Klopp gets the players he wants unless the players reject him.
I mean, I don't know about.
I keep on hearing about budget this, budget that. I keep on hearing about it, but I keep on seeing the manager getting attackers. I keep on seeing the manager getting attack-minded midfielders. I keep seeing us not really being linked. You're telling me Ugarte, Paulinho we could have bid for earlier, Caicedo, who else has moved this summer? How many other DMs have moved in the last couple of years?
All right. I just want, and I'm not even calling you out, Jamrock, because obviously you know I love you. But Jamrock says it's a lame excuse to talk about the budget. All right, Jamrock, so explain to me why Liverpool never buy players for a lot of money, or we rarely do, and explain to me where the budget would come, where the money would come from then for Caicedo. Like, if you think it's a lame excuse to say that we don't have enough money to get involved, just explain it to me, bro. Because when did Liverpool ever do this? We never go and spend 80, 90, 100 mil. Or we've done it, what, twice? So how is it a lame excuse when we never do it? It's facts. I'm just talking about history.
Klopp has also come out in the past and said he doesn't believe in spending 100 mil on a player, though, as well, Drew. So,
yeah, but that was a long time ago, though.
That
was before the world went crazy.
I know, I hear you, but he still said it. You've got to
change in it as you.
No, you'd think so. Maybe he hasn't, though. Again, we did was it a members video we did, or was it a normal video we did where we looked through all the players that have gone for a certain amount and seen how many of those have been flops as well? That might be something that the club fact is thinking in, but also he might just not want some of these players.
Okay,
he might not think some of these players are worth it.
Yeah, so fair enough. I thought, Jam, what you meant as in like we can afford to spend that much money. All right, fair enough. You think the club don't think he's worth that much. I mean, he isn't worth that much, but this is the market we live in now, right? And if I'm being completely honest with you, if we continue to think players aren't worth it, the McAllisters and the Soberslides with their great buyout clauses ain't always going to be around. So what do we do then? Because this is the way the world's going now. I don't really know how it could get much better now. Like the bar's been set. It's crazy. The money's stupid now. Like, where do we go from here then? I don't know. I don't know. Where do we go then? Like, at 20 years old, there isn't many more people out there that are more value for money or worth the risk of paying that much. If he was like a 27-year-old player or something, then it would be like fair enough. But at 20 years old, with a ceiling as high as he seems to have, I think it's a much better risk than a lot of other players that are out there. You've seen what Arsenal have had to do with Rice. You saw what Chelsea did with Enzo, which probably started to make this all a bit mad, the Enzo thing. All this crazy Mbappe talk and just mad prices now that are out there. Like, how else do you get players if you're not willing to pay the amount? So
better scouting, now, Drift. Can you not, bruv? We've never been the biggest spenders. We've never been that.
Yeah,
even the summers where we've
work, bruv.
No, but Drift, even the summers where we've loved the players we've brought in, the summer we brought in Tsimikas, Jota, and Thiago. Look how happy we were. The highest amount we spent on one player that summer was Jota for 40 mil. So, bro, and let's be real, Drift. Who you swapping Jota for in world football? Not many. So we sit here and say we got to spend through the nose, but Ugarte is there for 50 odd mil. Amrabat's just gone for 20 odd mil. So something's not adding up. Something's not adding up.
I hear you.
So this is what I'm saying. I can't just sit here and say it's all at the owner's feet. It's all because of the budget, because were players out there who were great value for money.
No,
Bro,
but
even the centre back situation, bro. Let's be honest. What does this smell like? It smells as though we're just waiting for Colwill, no one else, and then it's gone.
no, I said that to the boys earlier. Just after you left the stream, I believe that's what we're doing. I believe that we're gonna wait till next year when Colwill will be cheaper. He'll have made his feelings clear that he doesn't want to be there, and we'll try and get him for cheaper. But what's crazy is
Evan Ndika, free. Could have signed him on a free.
Do you know what I think about the Ndika one? I think it might have a lot to do with, we always get told that it's all about the personality of the player to fit in with the group. That is a big part of what we do as well. Maybe they didn't like his attitude. Maybe they thought there was something wrong with that. I don't know, because for free, it was an absolute no-brainer, innit? But
again, for anyone saying Ndika's dead, he's not going to make us better. Ndika's not better than Gomez, no? Not even to call out names. I'm sorry to even do it. Is Gomez better than Ndika as a centre back? On a free. We're talking about low risk here on a free. Inacio got a buyout clause, 39
the other thing I will say as well, bro, because you mentioned about Ugarte, for example. I believe, and at the time I was okay with it. I believe that the club were willing to let one more year go round, possibly bring in Lavia and let him learn off of Hendo and Flacco and the likes of, and then next season he'll be ready to be the starting and those guys could move on. And I think that's why we didn't go for people like Ugarte. This Flacco thing came out of nowhere, and this Hendo thing came out of nowhere. The club weren't ready for this. We didn't think this was going to happen. And you can't even really blame the club and say, "I'll plan for it," because you can't plan for a league just out of nowhere wanting two of your experienced players. Flacco was going to be given another chance. I was fine with that. I think Flacco playing DM with McAllister, Soboslai, and Jones would have worked completely fine, in my opinion. I think Flacco would have had enough to get us through that the next season. Hendo being the backup for that. And the rug's been pulled from under us. So I think this is one time when we can't really blame the club for planning, because you can't plan for two players at the same time to come and get swooped on the way those two have. So see, Ugarte, for example, that's probably why we weren't as bothered, because we thought we'll be all right until next year. And now we're like kind of like, oh shit, like it's been forced upon us to speed up the process 12 months. And maybe that's why we haven't gone for Lavia now, because maybe Lavia was a cool idea in the club's eyes when we had the two experienced players. But as you're saying, can he carry the burden of that? Maybe not. And now they're probably thinking, oh shit, it's a massive risk to bring him in now. And now maybe they are assessing and trying to go for someone more senior, and we'll know who that will be in the next week or two. Do you know what I mean? Because now they're realizing there's no one for Lavia to learn from. It's a bigger risk than first anticipated. Maybe we now have to switch and get somebody different. We just have to wait and see. But
that's my issue with it. One, we're reactive instead of proactive.
But you have to react to this. You have to. This isn't something you can plan for, bro. You can't plan for two players being swooped on at the same time.
This is why I disagree with you. We should have been going out and trying to buy someone better than Fabinho, regardless of him staying or going. We should be sitting there going, it's mad because we could have had Fabinho as backup to so-and-so, but Fab's gone now, so this person's just going to have to ride out with Bichetti. That's what we should have been doing.
Yes and no, because I still believe
even if you want to keep Fabinho, you can't sit here, Drift, and tell me we couldn't have gone out and got someone better than Fabinho and made Fabinho the understudy or the deputy.
Well, that depends on what version of Fabinho turned up this season, right? If it was anywhere near
the version of Fabinho that we've seen over the last year, bro.
That was easy. That was easy to replace, but I don't believe that version of Flacco would have been there this season. I believe he would have been a lot better.
Based on what, though, bro?
Based on his overall quality as a footballer, and everybody can have a bad year. And based on the fact that he did improve a lot once we had a fully fit team and we had that run at the end of the season. The same way I saw improvements in Van Dijk. I saw the improvements in quite a few of the players that were really looking poor throughout the majority of the season. So that gave me the confidence to think, do you know what? I think with a proper midfield in front of him and getting more help, plus the Trent coming into midfield and inverting the way he was and whatever, Flacco will be fine. Like Flacco will be all right, man. And you know what?
So we had to carry a passenger, basically.
No, because I don't think he would have been a passenger. He wasn't a passenger in the last 7.
But everything you said, we have to basically start changing the way we play to accommodate Fabinho, bro. I didn't want any of that.
No, not at all, bruv. I think the last 7 or 8 games of last season when we went on that little run, Flacco was much more improved and was looking good. And I don't really remember Flacco having a bad game in that run we had. He actually was like a lot better. And you take in the fact that he had a proper rest. You take into, you know, and just the overall quality of the player. Like, again, this isn't at you because I know that you're one of the people who's been more like advocating that we need to like move on from him. But just in general, Flacco is a top quality player. And I do believe there was one more year left in him. I just do. And that was why I had no problem putting a lot of money into the defense and the 2 players we've already bought and letting Flacco do one more year. And I've got no issue with that being Klopp's decision either. Because with Besetic being there as well, just in case, I was all right with that. I didn't have a problem with it. So I think the rug was pulled from under us. But I know a lot of people will probably think differently, but
I'll quickly say hello and then you can go.
Hi.
Hello, Uncle Drew.
you're right, little man.
Hello, Uncle.
You all right?
Yeah.
All right, go back now. No. Put my phone down, Stevie, man. We ain't doing this today, bro. Take this for Stevie. Stevie, bounce, man.
So I don't even need to laugh because it's going to encourage you.
Yeah, bro. No, guys, go to mum, please. Robbie, you two, Robbie. Robert, I'm talking to you. It's not funny, Stevie. Don't laugh. Why are you laughing? It's not. No, but don't do that. It's not funny. Robert. Sorry, Drew. Robert.
Yeah.
Robert. You can hear me, right? You can. Could you?
You know what? We got a couple of supers. Let me hit up these supers while Cal does his thing. Big up Ty. Our business in the transfer market is done. Oh wow. Nah, no chance, bro. There's no chance that it's done. We've just lost 2 midfielders, bro. There's no chance.
Cool.
So quickly say hello then.
Yeah, Robbie. Hey,
Hello.
All right,
You
say
good?
Hi.
See ya. See you later, little man. But yeah, no, Ty, I can't imagine that, man. Big up John each and every time, as always. Big up yourself, bro. Says big up Callum, Drift, and Matt. I've been a channel member for 2 years and 10 months. Keep up the great work. John, you are an absolute legend, my friend. Absolute legend. Just about to approach 3. Hold on a minute. I've got to drop a bomb for that. Almost 3 years. Give me a second. Where's the bomb? Got to drop a bomb for that. Big up yourself, John, each and every time. Nearly 3 years. I remember, you know, John's an absolute legend.
Big up, John. This is what happens when you take on new parenting and don't do old school Caribbean parenting, bro.
Try him.
Maybe I could start running up in the room and start talking while my mum's on the phone, bro.
Bro, look, that's why I said that, you know, maybe if I become a parent, I'm going to get locked up because backhands is definitely going to be a part of my arsenal, bro. It is what it is.
I'm calling his name and man looking the other way, you know, puts his hood on. Oh, man. I swear, me and Stevie might start sparring soon, bro, and I ain't going to lose. Put it that way.
Try. We still need 2 DMs or a DM and a central midfielder. Especially since some of the better DM options left are going to AFCON. I didn't even think about that actually in terms of like,
that's a point.
You know what I mean? Troy also says Caicedo is perfect. 85 mil for Moises Caicedo. Do it. That'll be 120 mil Jude money for McAllister and Caicedo. Yeah, that's a good point actually. 2 players replacing 1. Underpaid for Max, so overpaid for Moises. It evens out. It's a very good way of looking at it. Still, very good way.
You know, it's facts.
Very good way of looking at it.
Absolute facts, Troy. Absolute. Especially the fact that there's a situation with the Chelsea deal. Like,
Chelsea don't think he's worth the money. They don't think he's worth the money. So, you know what I mean? Jamrock says, Cal, outside of Sterling, Suarez, Mane, and Coutinho, who all wanted to leave, which one of the other players sold would you have not sold? Think about it.
I mean, I've spoken on this. Like, we don't sell players unless they want to go.
But I think Jamrock's trying to say which one of them would you have sold, though, as in, like, there isn't really anyone that you would have got rid of. I think that's what he means.
No, I think he is. If I'm not mistaken, he's saying which of the players that have gone would you have not sold outside of those four?
Oh, which one of them that was sold would you have not sold?
No. So he said those four wanted to leave. Out of the other players we did sell,
which one would you have not sold?
Yeah.
I mean, technically, we didn't sell Milner, we didn't sell Ox, we didn't sell Naby, we didn't sell Genie. But we didn't even sell him, bro. His contract ran out.
No, that's what I'm saying.
We actually didn't sell any of them.
But I think what Jamrock's saying is the players that have gone, apart from those four, who would we have realistically wanted to battle to keep? From the top of my head, there is kind of no one.
No, Genie, I would have 100%.
No, apart from Genie. Genie's different though, isn't it? As you said, Genie went on a free, so we didn't sell Genie, went on a free. Milner went on a free. Ox, Naby went on a free. Emre Can went on a free. Lallana went on a free. Sturridge went on a free. Maybe Origi or Minami, maybe. But apart from that,
I mean, who have we sold? So we sold Shaqiri, we sold Minamino, Origi left for free, so he goes into the free category. We've sold Nat Phillips.
Do you now see why I say we're not sell to buy, Drift? We're not sell to buy.
Oh, we haven't been sold to buy for a while though, bro.
But I've been saying this, and everyone keeps on saying I'm just being an FSG.
But that's the reason why I don't think we've really invested. Oh yeah, we sold Mane. That's the reason why I don't really think we've invested heavily in the squad, because we ran out of assets to get a lot of money for. So therefore, we haven't really ever spent too big either, because we haven't had an asset that's left for a big amount of money that's allowed us to have the income to go and do that.
So what's the plan then?
Well, and again, I don't even want to do the FSG thing. We're not going to go down there, but the infrastructure and the way the club is run is based on the ownership. And until the ownership change how they think they want to do things, we're always going to have to be penny pinching, because there's never going to be a massive budget. And again, people don't want to hear the word, but it's just what it is.
No, I hear that, Drift.
There's no big budget, so we've got to move like this, bro.
I fully hear what you're saying. I don't disagree with that at all. You know how much I want FSG out. You know how much more I want them to spend. But it can't all be just them, bro. Because if you know the mod, all right, Drift, you know Tesco shuts at 12 a.m. If you get that 5 pass and they don't let you in, you can stand up and moan, but you kind of look silly because you know what the deal is, right? You may get there at 5 past and you may go, guys, look, I've run out of nappies. Can I just run in and get nappies, or could you go and get the nappies? I'll give you my card, just tap it. You might be able to negotiate something. You can't get there at 5 past 12 when the shop's shut and go, I got my trolley here. Can I just quickly do a for you? They're gonna say, sorry, no, shop's shut. So yeah, FSG have set parameters probably, just like most other clubs. There's probably only about 3 clubs in world football that don't have parameters. Maybe, well, disregarding Saudi, I'll say actually. Why is it that we aren't doing more to get rid of players or sell players that we can bolster the squad then? And again, Nito Nova, I'm not pushing no Klopp agenda. I've just said I want FSG out. What is wrong with some of you people? I've just said I want FSG out. I want them to spend more money, and I'm fed up with FSG. But I'm pushing a Klopp agenda. I swear, some of you lot, man, just swallow looking.
But would you not say that at the end of the day, regardless of whether you think that.
But Drift,
Klopp
if
is
I've
wrong
just
or right.
said, hold on, Drift, if I've just said I want FSG gone, I don't like them as owners, am I then not allowed to start critiquing some of what Klopp does as well? Or is it just FSG? FSG the only ones at fault here?
No, I think if you want to talk about Klopp, you're allowed to, of course.
Like, could Naby Keita not have been sold a year earlier? Could Ox not been sold a year earlier? Could some of these players not been sold a year earlier?
But I mean,
Like,
you have to have a buy. You have to have a buyer to sell, though. I don't think Ox or Naby had a buyer.
Say that again, sorry.
You have to have a buyer to sell, and I don't think Ox and Naby had buyers. I don't think anybody wanted to buy
someone
them.
to ship them for, even if it was 10 mil, bro.
No, you say that though, bro, but like you have to have somebody who wants to buy the player. You can want rid of them, but if nobody's interested, then like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't force somebody to give you money for a player. I think there's been examples in the past, like Origi, for example, where we accepted the money from Wolves, but then he didn't want to go, and then we ended up keeping a player and he left for free when we should have got some money for him. But if you really think about the overall arching, like Milner, we would have never got money for. Naby, nobody wanted. Ox, nobody wanted. Minamino did go in the end. Like, there hasn't been that many assets we've actually had that we can get people to pay for.
Can you not hear the rain in the background?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I was wondering what it was actually.
Yes. I'm hoping his roof holds up better than Matip and Gomez and Adrian, bro.
So, unless you get a situation, and I'll give people an example, a real football-based example of how sometimes this can run. Unless you're willing to actually pay that asset off to just get rid of him, which those men weren't toxic. So therefore, I can understand why we didn't do it. You look at a situation like when Arsenal had the Aubameyang scenario. They wanted him out because he was becoming toxic. And in the end, because nobody wanted him, they had to pay him to leave. That would have been the only alternative that Liverpool had for a player like Naby or Ox. In terms of like, nobody wanted them. So it would have actually had to have been pay them off to get them off the books, which is almost as stupid as keeping them around. So sometimes we can't always just go all the way angry at the scenario and just add a little bit of context to it. Like I said, I don't think Ox and Naby had any suitors. None. I never heard any rumours, any ramblings, nothing.
West Ham were a rumour for Ox. I don't know how far it went, but West Ham were a rumour for Ox last summer.
But apparently Ox shot it down himself and said he didn't want to go there, though. So straight away, what are you going to do if Ox don't want to go? You don't want to go, bro.
No, but that's my point, though, Drift. Klopp's been very clear. I'm not going to sell a player unless a player comes to my office and tells me they want to leave. If you want to evolve the squad, do you not have the conversation and go, Ox, you know what? West Ham have come in for you. We want to move in this direction. We feel as though we'd be better off letting you go at this stage because we want to do or go in this direction.
No, I agree. But maybe they did have that conversation and Ox was like, I just want to have one more year at the top because I know my career's downhill from here. He might have said that, bro. Remember, Ox is a Liverpool fan as well. Leaving the club ain't as easy as that.
No, I hear that, but I mean,
because I'm not gonna lie to you, it might be easy for me to sit here and say this because I adore my club so much. But if I'm a Liverpool player, if I'm 28 years old and I know that this is the last time I'm gonna play for Liverpool or a big club, I'd rather be a part of the squad for one more year than go. I just would. I'm getting paid handsomely. It's a club I love, and I know my career's downhill from here. I probably would have been Ox and stayed as well. And people will say, no, you should want to go and play. But he's a Liverpool fan, man. Like we are, like, why? I want to be here as long as I can.
So what's the solution for something like that then?
You either kick him out and pay him off, or you just let him be a part of the squad and ride it out. And that's what we did.
Or do you just not bring someone else in and don't register him then if you don't feel as though he's right? Because let's be honest, he barely played him. So it's not like he had faith in him.
You could do that. You could do that. You could do that. But then again, the people are going to hate it. But that's where the budget comes in. 140 a week he was getting. He's eating up wages. We ain't got no budget to bring in someone else and just let him be an unregistered 140 grand a week player.
We don't know that, Drift. That's speculation.
Bro,
we don't know
Liverpool can't afford 140 grand a week unregistered. Come on,
no,
bro.
We don't. No, Drift. We genuinely don't know that,
bro. We
don't know that,
Drift, bro. History has told us we can't afford that.
What history, bro?
we're always told wages is why a lot of players pick other clubs. While we're not, why it was hard for us to do certain things, like even give Mo. Look how long it took to give Mo extra money. Like, we're a club that's very wage based. Our wage structure is a very big part of how we operate. We are not going to put someone on 140 in the reserves, bro, and unregister him, and he's literally sitting there just making money for no reason. Liverpool cannot do that.
But
bro.
he effectively did that last season anyway, because Klopp barely played him.
But at least he was registered and could play if necessary. Like, he weren't just sitting there getting paid for absolutely no reason.
It's just the same thing, bro. Just sugar-coated in a different way.
No, they are two different things. Having the option, even if you don't want it, is better than not even having the option and still paying for it.
Having a different option who you do want to be at the club is better.
No, I'm talking about the Ox scenario.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got Ox there, but you didn't. Well,
to be fair, in the last 10 games, Ox came off the bench quite a few times. But yeah, at the beginning of the season, he wasn't really playing.
He's pretty much there was nothing kind of to play for probably in Klopp's eyes, and he came off the bench. Like, what if we had someone who was better suited for us from the beginning of the season? It could have been a completely different season.
No, of course, but like I said, because Ox refused to go, or no one suitable came in, we're not the type of club that can have 140 grand a week player just doing nothing, as in, like, he's not registered. So like you said, bring in someone else, don't register Ox, effectively punishing him for not going, right? I know punish sounds like a harsh word, but
I just find it really hard to fathom that we're the only club that struggled to sell players.
it's been like this for a little while. I don't know, bro.
That can't be the owners.
No, I don't think the not getting rid of the players is on the owners, but not having a budget that allows us to be more ruthless in terms of, like you said, Ox just hold bench. That's your business, bro. If you want it, we told you to go. Like, we don't have a budget to do that. Even Arsenal didn't have a budget to do that. That's why they forced Aubameyang out. Like, very rarely you'll have a club that can just afford to just pay a guy and not register him.
Aubameyang was on like 300k, wasn't he? Or 350.
Yeah. He was on a much bigger wage. No, but the point is that Arsenal was still like, we got to get this guy off the wage bill. Like, we just got to, like, and they couldn't just have him around, because they could have just done what we done with Ox and just have him around. But they were like, no, we got to get this guy off the wage bill. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like I said, and again, we're all speculating to a degree. We're all giving opinions, but I don't know, man.
So going back to the DM situation where this all led to, what do we do this summer?
We have to buy a DM. I believe we will buy a DM.
But what if it's not the right player?
If it's not the right player, then that's obviously, I guess, technically a risk that always happens, right? You never know who's going to be the right player. You just try and make a calculated guess at making the best possible chance of it being the right player. There's not many out there, man. The DM pool is slim. We might be forced to play Trent at DM.
I asked you this.
I think he's capable. I wouldn't do it, but I think he's capable.
Defensively, I don't.
I do. You know, statistically, and again, we do the statistic thing in a half-half. Statistically, he was the best midfielder in the league in the last 7 to 10 games of the season. His interceptions and whatnot was like wicked, He actually did like really well statistically.
He wasn't playing DM though.
Well, he's playing in a pivot, yeah, I know. But what I mean is he
had a free role, bro. He effectively had a free role.
I think that does mean that in midfield he's more intelligent than people are giving him credit for, though. And I think he's more switched on. And I don't think he hates defending in midfield. I think he hates defending one-on-one on the wing as a right back because it's a very isolated scenario for you. I don't think in midfield he's as like angry about having to defend. I think he knows you have to defend. If you're a midfielder, you have to defend. Like, you don't really get away with not defending. He looks more comfortable at doing it. He looks happier at doing it.
I'll be honest, I'd be really worried if Trent was the 6 going into a Chelsea game. And plus, I just think you hinder him. You're hindering him. Imagine you got to say to Trent, you know what? We've got in X play. Let's just say it's, I don't know, Palhinha's arm is fine. And you go, Palhinha's coming in, Trent. And we're going to move you into midfield. Bro, you just unlock him. He's unlocked.
Yeah, I know.
You're just moving him from one lock or one cage at right back to another cage as a DM, in my opinion. From an attacking standpoint in the six, it's beautiful. He can dictate the game. I wouldn't trust Trent to deal with a counter attack though.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. We nearly won the league in 13-14. Would you say a 24-year-old Trent is better as a number 6 than a 35-year-old Gerrard?
No.
Honestly, you wouldn't.
No, honestly, he's more athletic. He's not better. Gerrard read the game better as a better tackler.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. But I think
stronger. Like,
but
no.
I think we did learn throughout that season that Gerrard's legs were just not there anymore.
No, you're right. But he also had a Skirtle and a Sacco and a Colo and
No, I know. But what I'm saying is there not a part of you that believes if we can do it with Gerrard at that age?
That was 10 years ago, brother.
Trent wouldn't be the worst thing for a stopgap. I'm talking about a stopgap if we're really forced that there's just no good option for us to bring in. As a stopgap, are you telling me that he couldn't do...
No, I think
he couldn't do a good role?
I think it'd be horror. I think it'd just be wasting him as well. Like, it'd be horror.
It would probably be wasting his attacking ability, yeah. But...
No, I think you'll get quite a lot out of his attacking ability because he could literally pick up the ball from the 6 and be a quarterback.
Mm.
But you're asking him to be so more... Dare I say, him playing in DM, he's got less of a license than playing at right back.
Oh, yeah, he ain't got free roll. He can't just go roaming and all that.
No, but I'm saying, like, you've got to be way more disciplined as a DM than you do as a right back, in our system anyway.
Mm.
I don't see him wanting to do that.
I mean, other than McAllister, who the hell else in our team can do that role then? If, like, we had to go today, like, say we had to go today, bang, evening game right now, 10 o'clock kickoff.
Who would I do?
Yeah, who's in
Pause.
McAllister's probably, if it ain't Trent, then McAllister's the only one, right? And that wouldn't even be a good idea either, but I can't think of anyone who would be better at like tackling and reading play.
Who we? Bloody hell. I can't even think of anyone.
I mean, it would be Basetic if he was fit.
No, he's not fit though. Thiago's not fit either.
Yeah, he's not fit. Yeah, no, Thiago would be worse than Trent in the lone 6, in my opinion.
RA, I was going to say that person.
What, based on what he did at the Euros?
No, based on what I've seen him do a couple of times for Liverpool as well. But those were against lesser opposition. I don't know, Drift.
I can't.
Who?
We don't have one, bro. We actually don't have a DM at the club.
Could you go Matip?
No way. He ain't played DM for 10, 12 years? No way. That was a young buck Matip in Germany that played DM, not 32-year-old in the Prem. No chance.
It's really worrying. I can't think of a name.
But that's the reason why I truly believe we will buy one, Cal. Because there's no way Klopp's stupid enough to know this and then just not buy a DM. There's no way. No way. You lot will see me completely change my opinion on Klopp if we start the season without a DM. He's not that stupid. There's no way my manager is that stupid. There's no way.
Let's hope not, man. Let's hope.
Shanty's made a good point. Tyler Morton.
Isn't he gone? Hasn't he gone out on loan?
Oh, has he? I don't know. I haven't been paying.
He's not. I've not even really seen him in the squads or anything.
Yo, this is why I believe that we'll be buying a DM, Cal. This is why I do believe we'll be buying a DM. Unless they know something that we don't, and Besetic will actually be fully fit and ready to go for the beginning of the season. I must admit, Besetic, whenever I've seen like the training regimes and stuff, he's looking strong. He's looking like he's getting back to fitness. I know match fitness is different from fitness, but they're putting him through.
I could go punch the heavy bag outside, brother, and I could edit it and make it look sick.
No, bruv, they've got him doing things that are actually very strenuous on the stomach area and the like. If you see some of the things they've got him doing, you can't do that if you're not fit and over your injury.
I could go in the garden and I could make myself look like a great boxer, bro.
No, but that's different, bro. If you dislocated your shoulder and fractured your wrist and then went out, I would still believe you're over the injury if you was hitting the heavy bar, because you can't do that if the injury's still there. So what I'm saying is, it looks like the abductor injury has healed, because if you look at some of the things they've got him doing, you can't do those things if your injury isn't healed. Do you get what I mean? Like,
it's rehab, bro. It's rehab.
Yeah, but they're doing some real strenuous stuff. Like, I saw them like doing a thing where like one person is like pulling him on a resistance band, while the other one is putting like man body weight on him and pushing him, and like that. They're doing a lot of like
that's rehab, bro. I had to do some, bro. If you saw when I was doing my knee rehab, you'd be thinking, what the hell's Cal doing? But this stuff they make you do in rehab.
But surely they wouldn't push you to that point if you weren't healed. Do you get what I
No,
mean?
they
like
push you, no, but they go according to your rehab process. So this might, I'm not even trying to be fun. This might not be his final form yet, isn't it? Like, like this might be on the way to get into 100%, but I don't think he's there yet. If he was there yet,
no, I hear that. But what I mean is they've done the scan, the muscles healed, and now strengthening. That's what I mean. Because a lot of people were scared he wouldn't be over the actual injury itself. The scans must be showing that he's healed, and that's just about regaining the strength, because they're putting him through some rigorous shit, and he seems to be coping with it. So maybe I'm being ultra positive, but
hoping Chris Angel would be in the chat, because he'd probably be able to shed some light on this. Let's have some of the supers before we start speaking about another area of the pitch, defense. Might need something stronger than water for this section.
Go get yourself a Maggie, bro.
I was more thinking about some Ribena or something. Gang and Deep says, we need to stop waiting for the right player. 2017 and prior made sense to do, as the aim was top four, so the margin of error was greater. Now that we are no longer an underdog, waiting for players is detrimental. I agree. Unless you have other players who are able to do the job in the meantime. Troy says, and to be honest, we would do well to keep a good transactional relationship with Brighton, talent factory, along with improving our own global scouting. Yeah, I agree with that. Although if I'm not mistaken,
the new Southampton.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, though, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't the scout who's been responsible for Brighton's upturn, hasn't that scout gone to Newcastle?
I thought it was Chelsea. Is it Newcastle?
Oh, it's one of the two. It's one of the two. But I don't think that person's there anymore, or that team's there anymore.
That would annoy me, but if it was Newcastle, because Liverpool should have got involved and brought him to Liverpool.
Genie says, in my opinion, the best version of Flacco was when he had quality midfielders around him. I would have given one more year with quality midfielders around. I see the sentiment, although Flacco was a lot younger than that at that time. And also, I think a lot of people forget, no matter who was in the midfield with Flacco still did his thing.
But he never had people around him that weren't doing their job, Cal. That's the thing. Everyone in midfield used to do their job. He got isolated a lot, you know what I mean? Last season.
And whenever he got, but even when at his best, when he got isolated, how many people beat Flacco?
Not many, but he was very rarely isolated. Because I saw him win some one-on-one duels last season, but he was just being exposed so much. That's why he was making a lot more mistakes than he usually would. Do you know what I mean?
Even when he was surrounded by other people helping, like he still was getting carved up.
Who was helping, bro? I don't remember a time when we ever really gave him any help. Besetic maybe for a little while, other than that.
Poor Bichette. Well, Thiago as well. Ty says, lost 2 first-team midfielders and gained 2.
No, we lost.
We lost more than 2 times, bro.
I mean, because I'm not gonna lie, Ty. Like Milner was a first-team player.
Yeah,
He was. You know what I'm saying?
Nito says, Cal, I'm saying it's an agenda because Klopp doesn't set the budget or decide transfers. Straight away, he does decide transfers. He absolutely decides transfers. If you think Klopp signed that new contract and had less power to do stuff in the transfer market, then I don't know what to say at this point. Do you think Klopp has the same issues as with the City owners? No, probably not, but no one probably does. But let's not sit here and act like City haven't turned around to Pep and say we ain't going to pay a certain amount for players as well. They're in a limbo right now with Carvalho because RB want more money and they don't value the player at that certain price. So, yeah, City spend money, don't get me wrong. But again, let's not act like City didn't bring in a Julian Alvarez for quite cheap and a Kanji for quite cheap, a Sergio Gomez for quite cheap last summer. Yeah, they went hard on Haaland, but we went big on Núñez as well. So again, yeah, Klopp would have more freedom at City, but again, are we just going to sit here and act like Klopp is a pauper at Liverpool? Because I don't think he is. I don't think he is.
A pauper might not be the right word, but bro, he definitely operates and his mentality is based off of what he knows he can and can't do. It is. Like, let's be honest, like it again, I don't like to keep doing analogies, but just the easy way to break it down. If you're a rich kid and your parents are wealthy, you know that you can go in the catalog and look for whatever trainers you want. If your parents are hardworking and they probably could afford it, but you know it's wrong to ask, or you know they might say no because it is a bit out there, you're going to open up the catalog and you're going to look for cheaper trainers. You just are, bruv. You're just going to look at the cheaper trainers, bro.
Precisely, bro. But the crime would be sending you to school without trainers, wouldn't it, Drift?
It would be, but imagine if you're looking at the cheaper trainers and you don't like any of them. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I need to like what I'm wearing, bro. I can't just wear something.
We're talking about that. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Bro, if I need to buy a pair of trainers for Robbie and Stevie and they don't like it because it's too cheap, go and work and buy your own trainers. Otherwise, you're gonna wear what I give you.
No, I hear that, but you see, me personally, I'd rather wear my old trainers that I like than new trainers I don't like.
All right, so when them trainers get a hole and you're walking in the rain, brother, and your foot gets wet, don't moan then.
I'll just have to try and make them last another year until next birthday, innit?
All right, then. So, but you can't complain then because that was your choice.
I can't complain, but I know the reason is because my parents can't afford it, which is a shame. Because I should be able to just get the Reebok pumps or the Air Max 97s or whatever.
Bruv, no, Drift. What are we doing here, bruv? I'm not spending £160 for trainers, bruv. Your parents should just do that for you.
No, I'm not saying you should do that, but what I'm saying is the rich kid gets to do that.
Yeah, that's the rich kid, bruv. F that though, bruv. I'm not rich. You think I'm buying Stevie £100 trainers, bro?
But this is a scenario we're in as Liverpool. Klopp's looking in the catalogue and he's like, I don't really like any of these trainers.
Bruv, then I'll tell Stevie, I tell you what, your budget's £70 then. I think that's more than adequate to go and get a nice pair of trainers. £150 for trainers, bro.
No, bro, I'm not gonna lie. £70 in this market ain't really getting you nice trainers.
Well, if you give me £70, Drift, I bet you any money I'll come back with a nice
if you wait for a sale, possibly. But bro,
give me £70, I'll find a nice pair of trainers, bro. I'm not on myself personally. I've never spent more than £70 for a pair of trainers.
Yeah, but you've had to shop. No, but you've had to wait for the sale. That's what I'm saying.
Or I've had to shop around, bro. £100 for a pair of trainers. What are we doing there, bro?
Oh no, bro, it's ridiculous. But it's the market we live in now, bro. There's nothing I can do about it. The trainers I like are £170. There's nothing we can do about it, bro.
If that's the case, then you can't moan when you can't get them, bro. Because not everyone's going to be able to afford to get the most expensive stuff, whether it be players, trainers, or
Klopp doesn't moan. We're the ones who moan. That's the point I'm making. Klopp doesn't moan. He just gets on with it.
I'm not sitting there saying I want Air Max 97s, Drift. I just want trainers, bro. I want a nice pair of black trainers, bro.
Look, I'm just saying. That's just how it goes. You know what I mean?
Nito, he didn't choose Salah. Nito, he went for Brandt. Brandt rejected us. So what is he meant to do? Not buy anyone? He was presented with Salah as an alternative to Brandt, and then he said, yes, I'll go for that player. Goetze was his first choice. Goetze said no. He was presented Mane and said, this is a player who could come in and do what you want Goetze to do, and then went for Goetze. You think the club just said to him, you're taking Salah and you're taking Mane without him having any say-so?
Plus, he wanted Mane at Dortmund.
Come on, what are we doing here, man? Come on, man. What's going on here? some of the stuff that's being said just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Name me 3 players in the current squad that Jurgen Klopp does not want or did not want to buy. Name me 3. Anyone in the chat. Oh, Nito. Everyone wants Mbappe, bruv. Everyone wants Mbappe. Bear man want Rihanna, bruv, but only ASAP Rocky's with her.
No, but
So wait.
The difference is that he just is not allowed to have Mbappe.
So who does Mbappe want?
At that time, I think we could have got him. Now it's just Real Madrid.
He had pictures of Ronaldo in his room and wanted to follow Ronaldo's foot. He wants Real Madrid.
No, 2 years ago, if we'd had the money, I think we could have got him.
Brother, he wants Real Madrid.
If he wanted Real Madrid, he wouldn't have signed a new PSG deal, Cal.
I can't believe we're getting onto the club because Klopp wanted Mbappe and we didn't buy Mbappe. Of all the players to name.
No, obviously things around Mbappe look crazy now.
Every single top team wants Kylian Mbappe.
But we're in a position that we should have been able to actually do it, though.
So Man United, so Man City. Why haven't they got him?
No, Man United were nowhere near that good at that time.
Man City have always been in position too.
Well, they went and got the other one, though, Cal. They wouldn't have got Haaland. Like, at least they wouldn't have got one of them.
We didn't want Haaland, bruv.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, Man
Haaland
City still went and got one of the top guys, though. Like,
Haaland
they didn't get Mbappe, but they got Haaland, bro.
We didn't want Haaland, and Haaland didn't want us, bro.
No, what I'm saying is, Man City didn't go for Mbappe, true, but they went and got the other Don, though. Do you get what I mean? So they still went and done something about it.
And Klopp went and bought Nunes, who was seen at the time as one of the competitors to Haaland.
But that's because we knew we couldn't afford Mbappe.
How many teams in Real Madrid can't afford Mbappe?
The point I'm making is the type of team we are, the attractive project we have with the manager we have. If we had Qatari owners or owners that were like that, Mbappe would be a Liverpool player. The only reason why we weren't even involved in that conversation is our ownership. 100%. If we had Qatari owners or Saudi owners or anybody of that ilk that will always do what's best to get the best players, with Klopp and the way we were and how good we are and how competitive we are, Cal, we'd have Mbappe at the club. We would. And I will die on that hill. I would 100% die on that hill. Our ownership is why we weren't even allowed to even envision or dream of a scenario where we signed
nothing to do with the player, in your words, earning too much money. Nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with the fact that his dream move was Real Madrid, but he stayed at PSG to make more money.
Well, that's obviously another conversation because I don't like his personality when it comes to all that greed. But I'm just talking about the level of player and the ambition of ownership and being able to afford it. Even the Haaland situation, all right, he won in Man City, he's got roots there, his dad, etc., etc. But we were never even in the conversation because we can't afford it.
The numbers didn't make sense for Haaland
because of who we are owned by, bro. That's the point. If we had Qatari owners, them numbers are numbering, and all of a sudden we're involved in that conversation, Cal. I think that's what Nito's trying to say. Like the ownership at the end of the day will always.
I think Nito's looking for excuses and not really presenting anything of credible note. If I'm going to be completely honest,
I understand the sentiment. The owners set the bar, they set the trend, and even if we do like a proper thing where we're like, all right, let's go as raggo as a lot of people want, and they say, you know what? Well, if that's the case, then get rid of Klopp. So let's do that then for a second. Let's get rid of Klopp, yeah, and bring in a manager who will want to do a lot of the things that we're saying that we think we should do. Our ownership's still not allowing us in any of these conversations, Cal, because they are the ones who are the trendsetters, who are the bar setters, who are the influence over everything else that happens. And if you need an easy example of that, it's Newcastle. Look at the difference between Newcastle now and Newcastle 2 years ago. Ownership. There is no difference between Newcastle really other than ownership. The structure changed, the ambition changed, the money changed. Everything is different now. And that is why, as much as there are things Klopp is to blame for, bro, and you're right when you say, like, we can't just overlook some of the mistakes Klopp's made, 100%. I will never say he's blameless. But the overriding issues of this club is our ownership. Another example, look at Arsenal. until Kroenke's had full control. Kroenke out, they were stagnant. They looked all over the place. Look what Kroenke's are doing since they've been in full control, bro. I've never seen so much ambition in my life from Arsenal. No one's even Kroenke out anymore in the Arsenal fan base. Look what they nearly did. They nearly won the league. Bro, the ownership always dictates where the club is going. Always, without a doubt, even if there are other people to blame along the way and mistakes are made by other people along the way, the ownership always dictate what happens to your club. Everton, look at the state of that club. Ownership. Todd Bowley, all over the place. Look what happened to Chelsea. Ownership. It always comes down to ownership. It does. And that's not saying other people don't make mistakes, but the ownership set the tone for what happens at your football club. And FSG are the reason we're not involved in these conversations.
So, and what if Klopp don't want certain players?
If Klopp don't want certain players, that's a different conversation. But if we had owners that were willing to give him all the money he wanted, if we had owners that had all the money in the world and were willing to do what they wanted to do, and Klopp still said no to that, then that would be a point where we'd have to address that. But that's all hearsay because we'd never know that, would we?
Klopp did. So again, sorry. Klopp had to defend FSG to be. He didn't have to defend FSG. Not once has he had to defend FSG. Not once. But he's chosen to do that.
But remember, this goes back to the conversation that I've always
said. No, he's chosen to do that. And everything you said, spot on, Drift. Everything you said, spot on. But don't you adapt then if that's the case?
I think he has adapted. The majority of the time he's been at Liverpool, I think he has.
We haven't adapted. Not in recent years, we haven't.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he's been here 7 years. I'll say 2 years have been like mistakes. The other 5 years were pretty much all right.
No, but I'm not talking about what he's done. I'm talking about the adaptation. He's not adapted.
Well, here's the problem, Cal. The market's got worse and worse while he's been here. You see, when he first took over, it was annoying, but the market wasn't that bad. Bro, look how bad the market's got and we're still on a budget. So basically, cost of living's gone up and our wages ain't gone up.
No, that's true. I'm not denying that. But again, we sit here and we say, oh, Klopp can't have this player and Klopp. And no one can name me a player that Klopp's wanted that we haven't got because of the ownership. We can sit there and name me players that we haven't got because of the players rejecting us or this. And no one can sit here and say, you know what? We ain't signed that player because FSG said no to that player. Everyone says FSG is the reason we didn't get Bellingham. Bellingham rejected us. He wanted to go Real Madrid.
Yeah, but that's what it looks like now. But what would have happened?
It looks like is what it is, bro. He even said it himself. We all cuss Bellingham.
Of course, he's gonna say that now, bro.
What are we meant to believe then?
Of course, he's gonna say that now. But if FSG had said,
so what do we believe then? Because whenever someone says something, I'm told to read between the lines. When it's something that's negative towards FSG, I'm told it's concrete evidence. Again, I'm saying this to someone who wants FSG gone back in 2013. Still want them gone now. But this whole narrative of Klopp's done nothing wrong and it's all on your own is all of them are in bed together. They are all messing this up. It can't just be one person or one bit of the puzzle that's messing it all up. All of it is a mess. All of it is a mess. And Klopp is a part of that. So why is no one speaking up about it?
But again, if I was to flip the script on you, bro, and I was to say, look, based on information we were being told by journalists, and whether it was true or not, if FSG had have sold the club when we were getting all happy and we did that little dumb thing and we was all like dancing, we thought we was rich and all that, yeah, and we thought we was being sold.
Nito, tell me when Klopp said he doesn't get a say on transfers. Name me when he said that. Anyone tell me when Klopp said I don't have a say on transfers.
He did say he doesn't have a say on budget.
No owner, no manager has a say on budget, Drift.
But what I mean by that is, I took that as, and people might take it different. I took that as, right, there are times when I ask for a player, but we just can't afford it, so I move on. That's what that said to me when he was talking about the budget and having bills to pay and all these little subliminals he's thrown us, bro. To me, that says, look, there are some players I would like to ask.
When he throws subliminals, everyone's quick to jump. When he says certain things like, I don't want a midfielder, or I don't want this, or I don't want that, or I don't do this, everyone says he's just defending the owners. Which is it?
I think both can be true at the same time.
So this is my point. Where's the consistency?
The consistency is FSG.
No, the consistency is we keep on moving the goalpost to suit an agenda.
I don't think it's an agenda. I just think it's just reading between the lines, bro.
So we read between the lines when we want to. If we're reading between the lines when we want to, then that's an agenda.
All right. So let me ask you a question. If you, again, back to it. Say FSG had us sold. I don't know. Pick whichever one of those consortiums that was worth billions, right? And we just sold and the club would have been sold. And the club was sold before the window opened, bro. Do you truly believe we wouldn't have gone after Bellingham?
Sorry, say that again.
If the club had been sold in like, I don't know, was it March? Remember when we was getting all happy and was making all the jokes and
back
stuff?
In November. Back in November.
If the club had been sold and we were fully in the flow of new Qatari or Saudi owner or whoever the ballers, man, them with ambition, like Newcastle's owners are, do you truly believe we wouldn't have gone after Bellingham, bro? Because I think Bellingham would be a Liverpool player.
But I'd like to think so, but who knows?
No, it is a who knows.
But hold on. Aren't we all led to believe we still did go after Bellingham, but Bellingham said, I'd rather play for Real Madrid?
No, bruv. All the reports said it as clear as day. Liverpool is too rich for our blood. He's way too rich. Remember, all the journalists came out and said Liverpool, they just know they can't afford him.
When did they say that?
What was it, like maybe May? Do you not remember when all the journalists were like, Liverpool have just like made it clear they can't afford, they're out the race, it's too rich for their blood? Like, did you not remember that whole thing when like, because remember the Bellingham stuff was being fed to us, and then do you not remember when it was like, right, Liverpool are just like, and we all agree because based on our budget, I get it.
I remember seeing that we're not in for him anymore. I don't remember
because we couldn't afford it. Literally, the journalists were saying Liverpool cannot afford Jude Bellingham. That, in my opinion, that's the reason why I don't think we went in for him, and why I don't think he's a Liverpool player. And I know Real Madrid are a spectacular team; they could have still won the race to get him. But if we had brand new owners who had ambition and were willing to pay whatever, I believe he'd have been a Liverpool player.
So let me get this straight: Bellingham's price was set for the whole time, but only in April we decided, it's too expensive now,
because we knew that we had to spread across the squad, and Bellingham was too much because it would have been the only player. Like, we'd have bought him, that would have been it, innit? And we knew we had to spread the money across the team, and it's sensible. I'm glad we did it. I'm 100% glad we did it.
Or he just decided to go for Real Madrid instead.
That could be it, but I don't think that. I think if we had a 250, 300 million pound war chest because our owners are ambitious, I think we go and we get McAllister or Szoboszlai and Bellingham. That's the type of, like, you know what I mean? I think the reason why we didn't is because we couldn't afford it.
So how much have we spent so far this window?
I think it's 100 million exactly, right?
So what is Szoboszlai 60 and what McAllister was 35?
I thought Szoboszlai was 65. Yeah, somewhere around it. Almost 100 million exactly.
Who have we sold so far this summer?
Nat Phillips, I think, to Leeds. I don't even know. I don't know if it's 100% confirmed, but like I know he's the one who's kind of like almost out the door. Yeah.
So we all agree we need to spend at least another 100 mil, right?
Oh, without a doubt.
So what do we do then?
I don't know, G. The only reason why I think I've got faith is because we just got 55 mil for Hendo and Flacco. So there's no excuse that they can't spend at least 55 mil. You know what I mean? That's why I live in a bit of hope, because money came in this time, Cal. As you said, we don't normally sell anyone. At least this time money came in. There is absolutely no excuse with 55 mil in the bank right now to not go and buy a DM. There's no excuse, bro. I don't want to hear shit. So, I don't know.
Sorry, Neto. This one I fully agree with. That is fully on the owners. Timo Werner is fully on the owners. And I'll argue that with anyone. Fully on the ownership. That was solely on FSG. But all the other examples you're using, I'm not buying it. because there's no evidence of what you're saying. None whatsoever.
But do you get where I'm coming from and the people are coming from when we say like FSG do set the bar of like everybody's ambition within the club and how everybody thinks within the club is set by them. They're the owners.
No,
what
I
they
disagree.
say goes, bro.
No, I
You have
disagree.
to work within the parameters they set. It's their business. It's their
No.
team, bro.
No, I disagree with that, with the ambition and all that. What I do agree with is they're very, very ordinary owners at best. They rarely give money or they don't give enough of it. But what I will say is we don't adapt, whether that be Klopp or whoever, we don't adapt. I can't sit here and act rich when I'm not rich. If we're not rich like that, why are we even in that market in the first place then?
Because we're hanging out with the rich kid. And
so why then? Why are we lying to ourselves? Why are we lying to the world then?
Well, then that means we've got to drop our ambition to win the league, Cal.
No, it
because
doesn't.
If we don't want to hang out with the rich kid, no, because Cal hanging out with the rich kid from the fashion point of view is trying to beat Man City and hanging.
No, it's not.
It's
being smart. No, it's not. It's being smart. So why is it we've beaten Man City before then when we haven't outspent them?
Because Klopp's a genius, bruv, and he was able to coach those players into doing it.
So Michael Edwards had nothing to do with it, no?
Of course he did.
All right, then that's my point, Drift. We were buying players at a cheaper value, but still getting great players. So why aren't we doing that now?
But that can't run forever.
No, it can run
forever, bro. That's a very hard way to sustain success, bro.
It can run long enough for you to have success, though, and then you bring in the odd person every couple of windows. We did
have success, Cal. We won the Champions League. We won the Premier League. We've won all the trophies,
We don't have a model now, bro. We don't have a model now.
That is such a hard, unsustainable way to keep up with the rich boys, bro. It just is, man. It worked, but even Arsenal are flossing now, bro. Even Arsenal are flossing,
all right,
bro.
All right, cool then.
How are we supposed to keep up with that model?
All right, so let me ask you a question then. Arsenal buying Havertz for 65 mil. That's ambition, yeah?
No, that's foolishness.
All right, then. So money doesn't always equal the best option, right?
It doesn't, but at least they went out and bought who they believe is what they need. They believe Arteta believes he needs Arteta, so the club backed him. Whether it's a good decision or not, but the club backed him, bro, and they dropped 65 M's to back him. Do you get what I mean?
That's not ambition to me. That's stupidity.
I think ambition, because he looks like a bad buy. The stupidity part is valid, but I still believe it's ambition to pay what you're told to pay to get the player you believe is what you need. I still think that's ambition. Even if the rest of the world thinks it's a stupid idea, I think that is ambition based on what you are trying to do within your own model.
All right, so let me ask you a question then. Inacio, £40 million. You don't think we could do that?
Oh, 100%. I don't know why we're not doing that, bro. I don't know.
Ugarte at 52 mil, we couldn't have done that?
I think that was because Flacco was still here. I think if Flacco left 2 months ago, that situation might be different.
That right there is my point, bro. How are you saying no to Ugarte because you've got 29-year-old Flacco who's just come off the worst season of his life?
Because, and again, I hate this because it does sound like I'm making excuses. Because at that time, the budget was best. But the budget was best felt on Szoboszlai and McAllister at that time because we had the DM still.
Bro, we needed a DM. We needed a DM, bro.
But we also needed an 8 more. Remember, we had this conversation.
No, and I said a DM more. I said a DM more.
No, but I said an 8. So I believe it was the right decision to buy the 8. Yeah, because I believe the decision to buy the 8s was better because I believed we did need 8s more than we needed the 6, bro. So maybe Klopp was on the same wave as me for that particular time, and we went and bought 2 top-class 8s. And we did. We went and bought 2 top-class 8s, bro.
So what happens to DM then?
Now I don't know. Now I don't know. We've had the rug pulled from under our feet, though, bro. That's why. Because Flacco weren't meant to be going. He wasn't meant to be going. No one knew Saudi were going to come and drop this bombshell on us and take away our DM, bro.
Missing the point. Whether Flacco was going or not, you upgrade on him, bro.
But I think we would have probably brought Lavia in to be his understudy.
That's what the plan was. That's not an upgrade, Drift.
No, but it's a future upgrade, which the way we operate is a good idea.
No,
The way
it's
we
not,
operate,
bro.
bro, that's a good idea.
It's
Do you
not,
get what
Drift. Because
Bruv, it is.
the guy you're trying to future upgrade on.
So you
He's
don't
not
think
time
Lavio
yet.
learning under Flacco for a year and then being ready to boss up next year isn't a good idea? I think that's a brilliant idea.
Bruv, you think Lavio's just gonna be ready in a year's time? He'd be 20 years old and he'd just be ready.
Yeah, because that would have been a year's more experience in professional football. He would have learned off Flacco for a year. He would have been coached by Klopp for a year, and he's already a super talent. Remember, the kid's talented, you know. He's not some bum. He's a super
Talent. I don't know
talented
about
kid already,
super
bro.
talent, Drift. I don't know about super talent.
I
He's
get,
very
yeah,
talented.
again, I think he's super talented. I think he'll be top 3 DMs in the world by the time he's 22, 23. I rate the kid. I think he's brilliant.
Top 3 in the world.
No, sorry, in the Prem side. I said it what in the Prem side.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he'll be top 3 DM in the Prem by the time he's 22, 23. So I think he's a top talent. I really rate the kid. But I still want us to get him. I just don't want him to be the starting DM right now because that might be too much for him. But bruv, give him a little while. Bruv, the kid is super talented.
I'm gonna keep on calling you people out because you don't listen. Drift, how many times have I said I blame FSG for stuff?
A lot.
Cool. Do you have wax in your ears, Drift, or can you hear everything I'm saying?
Bruv, there's a lot of people that's getting on to me as well, bruv. I'm not even gonna lie.
No, but you can hear what I'm saying, right? You can fully hear what I'm saying. I'm not speaking in a different language. You can hear how many times I've said I want FSG gone, this, that, and the other.
Yeah,
this notion that you speak about Klopp and you're blaming him for everything is crazy. You haven't been listening, Camscale. You haven't. You obviously haven't, or you've just joined the show, maybe.
Bro, I'm getting it in the comments as well, bro. Don't get it twisted, bro. But this is what we love about football, though.
No, people might be disagreeing with you, Drift. They're outright accusing me of crap I'm not even saying or doing. That's stupid. I'm at a point now. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It's stupid. You sit there and say I've got an agenda. You sit there and say I've got all this and that. But I can name you numerous times I've said I've wanted FSG out, not just in this show, but of all the times we've done this. Hamza, I'm not playing victim. I'm calling people out on their nonsense. Learn the difference, bro. Goodness me, man. Some of the state of some of you lot. Flipping out.
Hey, bro, give me 1 second, yeah. Give me one.
Just can't have a conversation without just hearing what they want to hear.
I just need to go toilet. Give me 1 second, yeah.
Stinks. Flipping stinks, man.
1 sec, G. 1 sec. Let me go toilet.
Flipping out. You can agree with us all. You can agree with us all you want. You can disagree with all you want, but don't make up lies to suit what you want to say, man. Flipping hell. Help some of these super chats while Drifty's taking a leak. H says even Joey looks like a baller on the LFC TV clips. He does, to be fair. Chombe says big up to you both. And confused by Trent's new position and scared Klopp will use him. Say he is our DM for next year. By the way, Kopish goes. Big up yourself, Chombe. I'll be honest with you. At this point, we might actually have to play Trent as DM because we asked the question on who can play there as of right now. We ain't even got an answer. Okay, cool. Nice one, Jeffrey. Nice one, Jeff Barker. Yeah. Now you can go and watch another channel. What a stupid comment to make. Simon says, big up Simon. You guys might not want to hear it, but stylistically, Tyler Adams might be a good fit for DM, at least in the short term, maybe becoming a squad option next season. Yeah, Tyler Adams is a shout. I think a lot of us overlooked Tyler Adams, to be fair, myself included. Unretired Zlatan says, Cow and Drift, Klopp told me, come in, we will use you as a striker. And then he said, we do 3 sessions. I told him Zlatan does not do 3 sessions. Guys, let me know your thoughts on the whole 3 sessions of training thing. Because obviously Szoboszlai rolled his ankle and everyone straight away was like, oh, this is crazy, he's doing 3 sessions. I'm not fully against doing 3 sessions in pre-season, but I will say if your body's not used to it, I do think we should be easing players into it. I don't think you should just throw someone in at the deep end. I think to those players who aren't used to doing 3 sessions should be eased into it. But again, rolling your ankle can happen anytime during the season as opposed to it just being because of 3 sessions. Danny says, Stephen Hawking. No, I'm not going to use that one, Danny. That's a bit much still. Can't use that one, Danny. LTAB says, get me a Nana from Everton. Sol Campbell 2.0 solid. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of Onana. I think he looked good in a very poor team. Shombe says, Drift, when was the last time FSG denied Klopp money after he asked them? I think they back him and believe Klopp feels like he is going to spend his own money. I think he's backed, but not as much as other managers potentially. So the Werner example, for example, the Werner situation, I don't think he was back there. However, for Nunes, for Gakpo, Szoboszlai, McAllister, I think he has been backed. But I think there are examples as well through history where he hasn't been backed as well, or where players have rejected us and gone somewhere else. Kike says, I know why it won't happen, but do you all think of Manuel Locatelli? If I'm not mistaken, Matt or Drift are big fans of Locatelli. I'm not massively overhyped on him. I think he's a good player. I think I was going to say there's better out there. At this point, I don't even know. I'd probably take my uncle in the DM position at the moment, if I'm going to be honest. Like, we just need to get someone in, someone ASAP. Shombe says, my wife decided to buy me a Liverpool home and away jersey and trade-in top. Seriously, I've told her I will leave the house the day that she did that. And trade-in top. Oh, I'll be honest. If my wife said that she was going to buy me the home, away, and training jersey, I'd be over the moon still.
Hold on. My wife decided to buy me Liverpool home and away jersey and trading top. Seriously, training top. Seriously, I've told her I will leave the house the day she did that. Oh, no, but this is Shombe saying he's not back in FSG, bro. So he's basically saying stop giving the club money. Do you know what I mean? Because he's thinking his wife's going to have to drop over 2 bills on. Hold on, that's like 270? How much would that be? That would be a lot, but even the training tops are like 60 quid. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Chombe is not looking to back FSG. I get that.
Shombe also goes and say, honestly, love Kopish from my heart. Thanks, Kopish. Big up yourself, Shombe.
No, big up yourself, Shombe.
Himanshu says, guys, will you watch Inoue and Fulton tomorrow? Yes, I will be doing that. Indeed. Should be a great fight. Mario says, Mbappe to Real Madrid, domino effect. Valverde 60 mil, Thuram 40 mil, Charlie Patino from Arsenal for the future 10 mil. He's going to be a superstar. I don't see Arsenal selling to us. I don't think you go. I don't think you get Valverde for 60 mil either.
Arsenal only sell to Chelsea.
Yeah, money laundering at its finest. H says, I'll be fine without Szoboszlai. DM was critical since.
No H. All
right. Hear me out, Drift. I don't agree because I'm biased towards Szoboszlai. I am. But what H is saying does make sense. We could have done without Szoboszlai if it meant getting a DM. We could have. I'm not saying I want to live in that
DM is Shuameni, bro.
Bro, what if it was Caicedo?
Yeah. But you gotta be getting me that top level for me to even entertain the idea of.
No, I hear that.
Trust me.
I don't want to live in a world where Szoboszlai don't play for Liverpool. I can't lie.
No, not even in the slightest.
Big up Bayesian Reds TV. Fellas, big up to you both. Budgie was fire last night. My Reggae Live Legends list is complete. LFC with the players we need. It's not an easy road. Big up yourself, Bayesian Barnes.
Hey, did you see Sunfest was on YouTube, Cal? Like they put the whole concert on.
I didn't know.
About 10.5 hours. But do you know what's mad? I know in the Caribbean, yeah, it gets dark quite early. And then obviously, like, it gets daylight quite early. Because when I was in Trinidad, I was really shocked at how early it got daylight. I think it's like 3 a.m. it starts to get daylight.
I think that depends on the time of year.
Yeah, but when was I there? I was there.
You
like
might have been there in the winter.
March, April. No, I was like March, April, like springtime. Like it got dark by about 6 o'clock and it got daylight around like 3 a.m. Something like that. Like it was quite surprising how early it got dark and how early it got lit. Like anyway, bro, the concert started in darkness and finished in daylight. I've never seen it in my life. It was 10.5 hours, bro. It was mad. I don't know how anyone could be
a
accustomed to
rave
10.5
though, innit?
hours. Yeah, bro, it's mad.
Shout out to Sean PK says, please deep what FSG have spent this summer. 60 mil for Szoboszlai was a loan. Very true. We have sold 52 mil and spent 35 on McAllister. So they are in profit of 17 mil FSG out. I mean, they still did get out. They're going to be the ones that have to pay back the Szoboszlai. And technically, most clubs do get out loans sometimes for players.
Oh no, Cal, we're gonna pay for Szoboszlai, not FSG, bro.
Okay,
we're gonna pay. We're gonna pay for that, bro.
Am I not mistaken? Am I not right in saying that that's how the Rice deal has been done, though?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So,
I think West Ham got the majority of their money up front, and then the loan is being paid off by Arsenal. Yeah.
Cyberzone says Mohamed Kamara from Monaco. Any good stats? Don't know the player to comment, to be honest.
No.
Punjabi Firmino says, can we give Nunes flowers for today's performance? Yeah, absolutely. It's on fire today.
Two brilliant
performances.
And a good assist, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say one of his best performances, not just the finishes. And Kite says, talk of if we had new owners is like our house burning down in front of us and we're dreaming of what we should have done before the fire instead of focus on what we can do now and going forward. That's a good point. Hate says Fridays no calling, taking a dump without so taking a dump without your phone. Mario says I know
boring.
I don't know how you do it, but I just think of a time where that's what we used to do back in the day. Now,
bro, taking a dump without your phone is the most boring thing in the world. Oh my days. Oh my days.
Mario says, I've known Charlie Patino since he was 4. I was his football coach in my Watford days and close to the family. Well, Mario, make something happen then, bruv. Make something happen, bro. Gang and Deep says, everyone, LFC are enablers of each other, but the standards is set at the top. FSG. If FSG's ambition is to win and sustain success, wouldn't they have sacked Klopp by now and hired a serial winner?
I disagree with the second Klopp thing because I think he's one of the best managers in the world, so it's hard to better him. But I agree that they're the ones who are the pace setters and the ambition. And you know what? Here's the thing, Cal. You know how much I'm going to ride out for
Klopp's
Klopp.
Not a serial winner, though.
I think he's as serial of a winner as you can get when you're always up against it.
He's happy to compete.
And I'm not making excuses for him. And maybe he's the way he likes it, so it is what it is. But everywhere he is, he's always up against it. He's never truly in control or the dominant one in the situation. And he still manages to win.
He also says he's happy to compete. He has said things like, we are spoiled if we expect top 4 every season and things like that. Again, how far do we go with this? Can we not speak about what he says?
I mean, like I said, it's going to end up getting a bit too techy if we do all that. But all right. So like I was just about to say, let's go along the premise that the ownership changes and Klopp maintains his mentality. And you know, I will always defend Klopp in terms of against the ownership argument, right? But even I would accept sacking Klopp if he continued to want to be like that and the ownership changed and they didn't. Even I would be like, all right, then Klopp has to go then. If Klopp continued to have this mentality and we had Saudi owners and they were like, Klopp, here's all this money. What are you doing? And he kept going, no. Even I would be like, yeah, we got to move on from Klopp. But that's a very difficult conversation to have without the reality of it being there.
No, I agree. Which is why I want new owners before Klopp goes, so I can see fully.
Exactly.
I can fully see what's going on.
Yeah, 100%.
I do want new owners. I do want Klopp to be under new owners, but I can't negate. We can't just ignore what Klopp says. Can't just ignore what he says.
Like I said, it all depends, man. Sometimes I look into his eyes, bro, and he looks sad. He looks like he's smiling outside, but he looks sad inside.
I'm not hearing that, bro.
Bro, it's just facts, bro.
No, I listen to someone's words drift.
Listen to the tone of voice and look into their eyes, bro.
No, I listen to their words, bro. I'm not no therapist. Like, if I ask you if you're having a good day and you smile at me and go yes, then I'm not gonna be like, I need to ask that question again and look into his eyes. I'm gonna take it that you're having a good day.
No, but that's the exact reason why you shouldn't, because nobody wants to have that conversation and make it all some mad thing. You just accept that the universal thing is, yeah, I'm good, man. How are you? Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've had like death in my family, and people have asked how I am, and I've said I'm fine. Like, that's just it, because it's long to have that conversation, bro, and like make it all deep, and you know what I mean. So you're just like, I'm good, man. I'm all right, but you're not always all right, bro. You're not
Then you
always all
shouldn't have
right.
said
Bro.
that, then. Luke.
But then I just make everything awkward. Because all they wanted to do was be polite. And now I'm gonna have
they might genuinely want to know, bro.
No, like, I'll know the time for that conversation to happen, right?
Then you just say, I'm not all right at the moment, but we'll speak about it another time.
Like, imagine if you bumped into man on road, yeah, and you know that's a 15-second transaction, yeah, and they say everything blessed, you good, and you go, nah, do you know what? I'm not. Like, my dog just died. Like, I lost my grandma. Like, it'll be like, well, all right, this is a bit deep for a quick transaction. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, universally, you just kind of like, but I'm blessed, man. We'll catch up soon, man. Let's talk. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you just.
I disagree,
like,
bro. I know you. If I saw you in passing and I said that to you, bro, you wouldn't just be like, oh, well, I'll catch up with you later. Bro.
No, but our conversation is different. It's a deeper friendship. I'm just talking about generally speaking, if you just buck a man you know on road. You know, like, I'm talking like generally speaking, not a deep, proper friendship or whatever. I'm just talking about, you know, generally speaking, you know the man. The man's interested enough to ask you how you're doing, but like, it'll be hella deep to have this conversation right now. Like, I don't know. That's just how I am. But yeah. That Klopp on the phone.
In a minute. All right. The next thing and the last thing I want to speak about, Drift, is this. Have you heard about or seen what has been said?
I don't even know what's happening. I'm intrigued.
Fabio Carvalho has spoken.
Oh no, I don't know nothing.
So Fabio Carvalho, if he received any advice from Klopp before his Leipzig loan, I don't really speak to him, to be fair. He didn't really give me any advice. I just had to learn as I go, and I feel that it's better for me to mature anyway. When you hear those comments, what do you feel? Because I look at it in two ways. I think some people look at it one way, some will look at it another. I see two ways there. First way, I think there could be, and I'm, again, before anyone goes crazy, I'm speculating. I can only speculate. I don't know Carvalho. One could have been Klopp wasn't happy about something, therefore decided to not really pay him too much attention and let him get on with what he's doing. Or two, Klopp wasn't managing how he should have been. Oh, is there more? Everyone's saying there's more. Hold on. Let me see if I can find. Everyone's saying there's more. Like,
there's more? I'm not gonna lie. I wish Little Man went in the room right now because I want to say something. Oh man.
Let me see if I can find the full quote. We don't really know what happens next year. I may be here or maybe at Liverpool, so we'll see. I just focus on this year and do the best I can. So from TM UK News, it says Fabio Carvalho was never fully in Jurgen's plans and was instead pushed on the manager by those no longer involved in the club's transfer dealings. I feel like the reason it hasn't worked at Liverpool is because the position I was been playing. I was told I'd come in and play as a 10, but Liverpool don't really play with a 10, whereas here we play with 2 10s. This isn't good.
I think what you said, that the most pivotal part of what you just said is there, bro. And it's kind of mad because we were just talking about no player comes to the club without the yes from Klopp. It just said he was forced on Klopp by people that are now no longer at the club. So that must be Edwards or Thingy, right?
He was also told he'd play the number 10 role.
But by who? Who is he told by?
But the manager, sure, either the manager or Pep. It's not gonna be by the analytics people.
It could be, bro.
The analytics people are gonna tell him you're gonna.
No, not analytics, but like Edwards or what's his name? Whoever it was out of the two that scouted him, or was doing the dealings. Look, I'm not going to go into all of that because people are just going to say I'm making excuses for Klopp. Klopp should have managed the situation. No, because if it's saying right there that Klopp was forced to go, all right, man, yeah, all right, we'll take him because like the people kept pushing how great he was or whatever. That is an example of us, in a nutshell, as a club, a cheap player with talent that we're hoping will save us a whole load of money. I was all in on Carvalho. I think he is super talented, but the point is, if the manager wasn't all in on him, but he felt like he had to take him, it kind of explains why he got the treatment he got and he didn't really play that often, because it was kind of a situation where it's like, all right, look.
So again, he wasn't forced. He wasn't forced. The word used were that he was pushed onto them. So he
was cohesed into it then.
No, it can't be cohesed into signing a player, bro.
Cal, all right. I don't even want to out our conversation from before. Did I or did I not cohese you into Cinnabon? Cal, did I or did I not cohese you into Cinnabon?
No, you did, but
I made you an accomplice in something you didn't want to be a part of.
All right, but no, this is the perfect conversation, because what happened? There was a loss of translation, right? You messaged me while I was out and couldn't respond to your call. No, so you called me and I couldn't respond to your call. I then messaged you, but before you got the message, you had done something. But what was my actual response to you?
It was of that what I did was incorrect.
I said
but how long did it take for me to bring you round?
Yeah, I'm weak, bro. You know I am. I'm weak. I'm hard to say, bro. I'm weak when it comes to Cinnabon, bro. I'm weak, bro. I'm weak, bro. I'm weak.
but the point is, I was still able to change your opinion on something that you were very like strict, like you know what I mean, like. It can happen, bro. Klopp might have been
all right. So you're right.
Klopp might have been forced into it.
So that's the equivalent of you getting a Cinnabon, you then convincing me to take the Cinnabon, and then I just don't eat. I leave it there to go moldy.
That could happen because you might have felt peer pressured by me at the time.
I'm gonna let that go moldy, man.
No, but
I'd be grateful.
but you get the point, though, right? You could have possibly. I'm going to take it from the peer pressure, but I just, I've got to stick to my guns. I'm on this weight cut thing. I can't eat it.
No, but then I'll just say, no, but then I would have just said, give it to Matt.
You did?
Yeah, and then I said, no, innit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. So the point I'm making is, it can happen, bro. You can be a very strong-willed person and still be convinced to do something you're not really, like, you don't really want to do.
I can't then moan at you for now make it for me eating the Cinnabon now.
No, you can't moan at me.
But that's my point.
So but you can kind of be like, bro, if you weren't doing that, then this wouldn't have happened. Like, it's not your fault, but it is your fault.
So does this not back up what I said before then? If there's no plan for him at the club, why not just sell him? Why loan him out? Why not just sell him?
I think we probably will sell him at the end of this year, but we're trying to get his value to go up, because if he has a brilliant season, he'll be worth more. That's what I think we're doing.
I think Jamrock's got a point here. You honestly think Klopp can't turn around and go, he's not the player I want? Brother, hold on. Klopp's done that with other players. He said that's not the player I want.
No, I think of course he does. Of course he does. But maybe he was, do you know what I think this is? I think this is a case of,
I'll be honest, this doesn't look good. That's what it doesn't look.
He believed in the people who forced it on him and then got him in training and thought, I shouldn't have said yes to this. That's what I think happened.
So then punishes Carvalho.
Not punishes him, but the player, unfortunately, gets the brunt of the situation.
40 seconds at the Bernabeu.
No, but forget about that part.
No, you can't forget about that, Drew.
Forget
You
about that
can't
part.
forget about that, Drew.
I think he saw him in training and thought, I shouldn't have said yes. Because in the past, Klopp has said yes to players and it's worked out. So maybe he's like, do you know what? Edwards, Ward.
So he's not been
like
coerced then. He's not been coerced.
I think he has been coerced, but there's a difference between when you get him in and what the vision is sold to you as. So I think he was probably sold on a few other players. And then once they were in, he was like, they were right, you know. Oh, my days, I'm so glad I said yes. And then there's a scenario like this where maybe once he got him in, he thought, I shouldn't have said yes. And it's not fair that the kid has suffered from it, but this is football. This does happen.
Do you think Klopp's treated him fairly and correctly?
I don't think he's treated him fairly, no. I think he should have been given more chances. But I say that to say this. His defensive nous is poor. His body strength is poor.
So
but I still think Elliott's better. Even if it's only by a little bit, I still think he's better defensively and I think he's stronger.
He's not better defensively and he's not stronger than Carvalho.
I think he is. I think he is.
And again, this isn't me slandering.
Remember,
Elliott.
defensively is also pressing and all that stuff. It's not just literally can you tackle. It's everything to do with like a system. I think Elliott is better than Carvalho.
He's not good at any of those things.
At this stage.
I love Elliott, by the way, but he's not good at any of those things. But does he not get a chance?
I think that's a bit disingenuous, but I think he started to get a bit better at pressing and closing down and making. He runs more than Carvalho, Cal. He definitely runs more, makes more effort.
We don't know how much Carvalho runs, but we only saw him a couple of times.
And when we did see him, he was kind of easy to push off the ball. Wasn't really defending.
When we did see him, he scored a winner against Newcastle, scored a great goal against Bournemouth, scored a goal against Man City. Because
that's what his attributes are. He's a wicked player. Don't get me wrong, he's a wicked player. I rate Carvalho.
Because he's a 10.
And this is going to sound weird based on the fact that Elliott don't really suit Liverpool, but I think Carvalho suits Liverpool even less at this present moment.
Yeah, he does, but that's not Carvalho's fault.
No, it's not. None of this is Carvalho's fault. But it's just how it goes, bro. This is football, isn't it?
Do you think Carvalho stays beyond next season?
No. Those comments you've almost shot yourself in the foot. Carvalho don't care about being at Liverpool anymore. And ratings, because I'm not going to lie, as a 19, 20-year-old kid, that's brave and bold, and I rate it. He's not going to be at Liverpool. You don't say that stuff and come back from it. He wasn't rude or disrespectful, but he's literally aired the laundry. And he's not going to come back from this. I hope, at the very least, he has such a good season that we get a good fee for him. His time at Liverpool is done. What do you think?
No, same. And it's a shame. It's a shame.
It is a shame. And do you want to know what? He might go on to be so good, we fully live to regret this. Like, we really might actually look back on this and go, you know, like how Chelsea feel about Salah and De Bruyne and all that. Like we might be like, "Raw, what on earth?"
All due respect to Carvalho, what I will say, I don't put him in that sphere of player. I think he'll go and have a very good career, but I don't think we'll look back and go, "We've missed out on a world-class talent." I think we could see like a Suso type player.
But Cal, think about it. Even though I agree with you, we didn't truly see De Bruyne as that at Chelsea, though. And
no, I did. I'll be honest, quite a lot of people
did. You? Okay.
Yeah, no, quite a lot of people did. And then when he went to Wolfsburg, it was a madness.
Fair enough. I personally didn't. But look, if we do look back on it, then that's kind of how the cookie crumbles. You know what? This could be a perfect example of, bro. Gnabry at Arsenal. Maybe everybody didn't truly know how good he was, and then look what he ended up being. Maybe that's a good way. He might have to go on and be a Gnabry, and we'd sit back and go, yeah, we kind of flopped still. We kind of flopped. We should have kept him.
But Carvalho could go on and flop as well. Like, let's be real, Bruce.
Yeah.
He could. Name Brewster kind of left, and everyone thought he'd kick on, and he didn't, unfortunately. So,
yeah, that's true. Maybe Suso's a good point. He'll have a good career, but he just won't ever hit them heights that'll make it truly a mistake to get rid of him. You're right. Maybe that's more what the level is. And with no disrespect to the kid, because I think he's talented. I look at the team now with Szoboszlai, and I think, look, Carvalho, you're no Szoboszlai. So, with all due respect, this is probably the best for everyone. If he can have a very good loan and we get 20 mil from him at the end of the season, We only pay 7. That's a Liverpool way of doing business, right? So let's see. I wish the kid nothing but the best. Though. He's talented. He's super talented. I wish the kid nothing but the best. So we'll see how it goes.
I just think it's weird how, again, it just that summer window looks like it was a really bad window.
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Like, it just,
other than Nunes, nobody like even looked like they even part of the future. It wasn't as bad as when we signed Vandenberg, Elliot, and Adrian, but it's up there.
I mean, with all due respect, if you could kind of look back and say Elliot's been a mainstay in the squad, and Adrian kind of helped us to win one trophy. Nunes has been the only. Nunes has actually been the only person who's done anything from that window.
True, but I think Ramsey looks like he could go on to be a G, so I'm gonna keep hoping that.
There's no evidence of it, no, Drift. I'll be real with you.
There isn't, but from what I've seen of him, I like the kid, man. I'm not gonna give up on Ramsey.
What have you seen of him, bro?
I've seen the highlights from Scotland. I've seen when he's played for Liverpool. I'm not gonna give up on the kid. I think
I'm not mistaken. He played one full game for Liverpool.
Yeah, and I like half a couple of like appearances, like 10 minutes or whatever. But he still looked good in that time, bro. So I'm not gonna give up on Ramsey, bro.
Oh boy.
And I know everyone's gonna laugh at me when I say this, but he does look good in training.
He's not here anymore. He's going on.
I know, but he did look good in training. So I'm not gonna give up on the kid.
Oh boy.
It's tough around. It's tough around there, guys. Tough around there, bro.
It shouldn't be though. That's part of the problem. It really shouldn't be. Sean P. Casey says, "How long are we gonna go? How long are we going without another signing before we proper start to melt down?"
Sean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I reckon a week.
All right, Cal. So how long? We're 2 weeks away from the first game of the season, right?
Nah, first game's the 13th, I think, right, for us.
Is it the 13th? Oh, so 3 weeks. So we've got 3 weeks, yeah? I'm going to be honest with you. Like, you see this happy-go-lucky drift you're getting right now? All this vibes? If the 1st of August comes and we haven't bought anybody yet, my demeanor is going to completely change. This is July vibes. This is July vibes.
So that's a week then.
I'm on birthday vibes. This is July vibes. I'm still vibes in. You see, if August the 1st comes and we still ain't bought no one, I'm going to be a whole new drift. So we'll see. The clock. I'm going to do a Flacco, ironically, because he's left. It's about time. And the clock's ticking. You get me?
21st of January 2021, frustrated Jurgen Klopp reveals he doesn't have control over transfer activity. Check the link in the chat. Receipts, Cal. Okay, Nito, I'll check the link. But can I just ask you, what year was that drift? 2021. Can I ask you when Klopp signed his contract extension?
2022.
Cool.
No, 2023. No, 2022.
2022. So a year after that link came out. And since then, we've bought in Nunes, we've bought in Gakpo, Konate.
Ironically, Gakpo wasn't his signing, remember? He was convinced by Pep.
He still decided to go for an attacker over a midfielder, though.
But Gakpo can play midfield. We're playing chestnut checkers, Cal.
No, Who said it
We're
first?
playing
Bro?
chestnut checkers, Cal.
Who said it first, bro?
You did. I'm giving you flowers while I'm back.
I also said Carvalho ain't gonna be able to do much for this club.
But this is where Jamos making a good point. I think that's probably what he thought. He could make Carvalho a wide forward, and he just realized he couldn't when he was here.
My point exactly, bro.
But that's also kind of on a player by not being good enough to prove he can.
No. Stop, Drift. Stop. Not every player needs to be molded, bro.
No, that's true.
Just who they are.
All right. So let me ask you this: if your wife said to you, "Do you know what, Cal? It's Cal." If she said to you, "All right, you know, you can cook," but just imagine you can't cook, and she said, "Cal, do you know what? I get it. Like I'm the better cook, so I'm gonna be the one who prepares a lot of dinners. But if I'm not in, the kids have got to eat, man. You got to learn how to cook." if it's a year down the line and she's showed you recipes, you've watched her do it, and you're still not able to do it, we could turn around and go, it's really unfair. You asked Cal to cook because he wasn't able to cook, and now you're asking him to do something that he's not capable of. But a lot of people go, Cal, how the hell do you not know how to cook yet, bro?
Well, it depends what you're asking me to cook, Drift. If you're asking me to do basic stuff, then yeah, he can do wide forward basic. We don't need basic though. We need someone like a Diaz, like a Salah. He can't do that because he's not that type of player. He's not got those attributes.
But if you're trained to try and change into that, it does slightly become a little bit your fault if you can't adapt to it, because football in the modern game is about adaptation, right? A lot of players have to be flexible and have to learn how to do different stuff, right?
So why isn't Elliot able to do the prime Henderson role then?
It is a little bit of an issue that he can't do it.
Why isn't Thiago being able to do what Gini Wijnaldum was doing?
No, that's an old dog trying to learn new tricks. That's a little bit different. We're talking about a young buck in the prime of his career. It's a little bit different from a 30-year-old, bro. An 18-year-old is a bit different, bro.
Players are players, bro.
No, but bro, when you're a seasoned vet at 29, 30 years old, that's totally different to being a young buck and being asked to learn, bro. Like it is. Come on, it is. That's totally different, bro. That's like having a puppy and teaching it how to not go toilet in the house, and then having a 10-year-old dog who's been peeing in the house all its life and now telling it to stop peeing in the house. It's totally different, bro. It's totally different.
It's not at all, bro.
Bro, it is, bro. It's totally different.
If you brought in a 10, you either play him a 10 or you don't bring in
I tell you how it is definitely different, bro. If Stevie learned how to tell you to shut your mouth, in 10 years' time, how am I going to stop him from telling me to shut my mouth, bro? He's been able to tell his dad to shut his mouth, but how am I going to tell him to stop telling me to shut my mouth, bro? I've got to snap it out of him right now. Otherwise, it's a learned behavior, bro.
God willing, Stevie never does something like that. But if he wanted a wide player, why not just go out and get a wide player? Why go out and get a 10 and then try and mold him into something he's not? What? So the owners made him do that. You don't even believe that.
No, he was cheap.
You don't even believe that yourself.
No, he was cheap.
I
honestly believe that he was cheap.
Whether he was cheap or that justifies getting him and then.
No, that's the reason why. That's the reason why. All right, let's be honest. If he was forced on Klopp, it was by Ward and the likes of, right?
Forced on Klopp, bro.
That's what when you read out the statement. That's what he's. All right, he was coerced.
No, he was pushed towards signing him, brother. He could still say no.
He could do, but what I'm saying is the convincing must have been coming from Ward and the likes, right? It must have been. Who else would it have been, right? They were probably letting him know, for the money we can spend, this is a brilliant signing, Klopp. I think we should do it. But I still think it was about the budget. Yes, I don't want to keep saying that buzzword that seems to everybody don't like it, but I still think it was about the budget, bro.
But they didn't turn around and go, but tell you what, yeah, he's a 10. Start molding him into a left winger.
No, but maybe Klopp did that within himself. He's looked at it and gone, maybe I can do something with this kid. He's skillful. Okay, let me try. Because Klopp loves a challenge on the training pitch.
Oh, I don't care about his personal challenges on the training pitch, bro. I care about Liverpool being.
But what if it had worked? We'd have an absolute G for 6 million, and it would have been like an absolute genius move.
It didn't work. It was never.
Yeah, but you'll never know until you try, Cal.
No, Drift.
You'll never know until you try, bro.
This is where I call you.
You'll never know until you try, bro.
When we signed him, and I said, guys, I struggle to see him playing as a 10 because Klopp don't play over 10. I think he's going to be Luis Diaz's understudy. You and Matt both said, Cal, that's stupid. That's crazy. He's a 10. He's like what Coutinho was. He's a goal-scoring 10. I said, guys, I agree, but I can see him playing there.
Yeah, but that was based on us having the conversation outside the budget and just, we got the player now. What do we do?
No, so why is it me, you, and Matt could see that it wasn't going to work on left wing, but our manager couldn't?
Because he's going to believe in himself to be able to train a player the way he thinks the skill set can allow it. Because don't get it twisted. I think the skill set that he has, I think you could maybe turn him into a wide player.
God, for the same reason we haven't been able to turn Harvey Elliott into that, bro.
No, but he's got better attributes for being a wide player. He's quicker than Elliott.
Not that much quicker.
No, he is. I think he's a lot quicker than Elliott.
He's not that quick.
Carvalho's pretty quick, bro.
He's not, bro.
Anyway, that obviously that's little here nor there, but I think there's a bit more to Carvalho because I think Carvalho's dribbling is better as well. So I think he's quicker and I think his dribbling is better. That kind of suits being a wide player, Cal. Do you not think that the best attributes about wide players are dribbling and pace? So even though he's not of the levels of like the Diaz's and all that, Klopp probably thought, I can take this pace and this ability to dribble and maybe I can do something and you know what I mean, and mold him into a wide player, and then it just didn't work, bruv. In the end, it's some shit.
You'd have had more
bruv.
chance molding him into a centre midfielder than a winger. And bro, with all due respect to everyone, do not compare Coutinho playing on the left wing to Carvalho. Coutinho came through as a wide player and then transitioned into a 10. And Coutinho and Carvalho are nothing alike. Coutinho is way more skillful and way better with the ball at his feet.
Yeah. Coutinho's
the two aren't even close. The only similarity between them two is that they came to Liverpool and they both had curly hair. That was it. Like they are nothing alike. Like, come on, man. Carvalho and Coutinho are nothing alike.
I must admit, maybe even myself, I got a little bit lost in the fact that they look very similar.
Everyone did.
They look very similar. Coutinho's absolute levels. Yeah, it's
like Coutinho. Even from the Inter days, you could see what Coutinho was about.
Yeah. Do you remember when Coutinho batted up Tottenham in the Champions League that time?
Yes, bro, I do remember that.
I was so gassed when we signed Coutinho. Oh my days.
Same.
And what a legend he became, right? So I shouldn't even wind you up anymore than you're already wound up.
Unretired Zlatan says, Karen Drift, Fabio is that dude that claimed to be a bad man before being knocked out by a bad man. Need less chatting from him. Ciao, Fabio. I don't think he's a chatty patty. He was asked questions and he answered it.
I'm still quite surprised based on how like quiet he seemed. He was willing to be so open.
But isn't that something we say footballers should be more of, though?
Yeah, I hear that. But at the same time, I am also an advocate for not airing dirty laundry because we're a classy club. Like, there's still a part of me that kind of like, maybe once you're not a Liverpool player, but while we're still your parent club, it is in bad taste. I got to be honest. I'm not saying he wasn't done dirty because it sounds like he kind of was. But while we're still your parent club and you still work for Liverpool, it is a little bit in bad taste. You should have maybe done it after you get a move somewhere else or something. Like, I'm not really fond of you playing for the club and talking bad about the club while you still play for the club. I don't like that. We don't move like that. That's like Man United, Chelsea vibes. I don't like that, bro. But, yeah.
All right, fair enough. Troyam says, show idea. Considering the Mbappe bid, top 25 players of all time available in today's market at their absolute peak, what's their value?
Oh, that would be a fun one still. That would be a fun one. I like that idea. That could work, bro.
Ooh, I'm thinking of R9.
That's a good members video, you know.
Yeah, R9 might be $1 billion.
Bro, if Kylian's about to go and earn £700 million in one season.
No, he's talking about their value to though.
Yeah. So I'm saying like
no, I'm talking about their transfer.
Is it 270?
Yeah. I'm saying $1 billion for Ronaldo transfer fee.
Oh shit! I thought you meant the package. No. I thought you meant the whole.
No.
Oh shit! No, yeah. No, you know, Troy. We should do that for the members. True Troy's a member as well. We should do that for the members. That would be a good video. I like that.
Yeah, R9's got to be at least $1 billion, and then we can work our way down from there.
I just wish R9 was 15 years younger, so he would have had the modern technology of science, so that he would have been all right and stuff, and they would have been able to do. You know, a lot of people don't know that from the age of 27, Ronaldo played with hypothyroidism and didn't even know he had it, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know how difficult it is to live with hypothyroidism? Never mind play football with it, bro.
Yeah,
that's mad, bro. That's why you see, like, sometimes that when people get a bit chubby or whatever, you can have a little laugh at them or whatever. But when you've got an actual medical condition that makes you gain weight, you should never be made fun of. And when people say, "Oh, fat Ronaldo" and all this stuff, it's a piss take considering the man actually lives with a condition.
It winds me up when people call him fat.
Yeah. The man actually lives with a condition that he can't help. So like, it winds me up when people call him fat Ronaldo. Like, I think it's so disrespectful, but
yeah, agreed. Right, Jeff, we're gonna look to wrap up there. Anything you want to add before the show finishes?
It's been a fun one.
What's the day today? The 24th. So literally next Tuesday is the 1st of August. Could be a madness.
Yeah. That's when I'm gonna change my whole tune. I'm vibes in. It's my birthday month. You know what I mean? Even though, for everyone who's living in England knows, this has been the rainiest, most miserable July I think I've ever experienced. I don't know what's going on, bro. It's horrible, bro.
I went for a run I did a run before we filmed and got caught in the rain, bro, and I was cussing. Just cussing, bro.
But you know me already, bro. When I'm playing Grand Theft Auto and it starts raining, I go in the house or get in a car. I hate the rain, bro. I hate the rain, bro. I hate the rain, bro.
You're saying you're giving your character some shelter, yeah?
Bro, what am I doing? Making him run around in the rain, boying it. Bro, I jump in the whip, I go in the yard, bro.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. Running in the rain is depend on how heavy. If it's not too heavy, it's actually all right, you know. It's actually, but when it comes down heavy, it's a madness, bro. I got caught the other day, brother. You know when people look at you, they're standing underneath like shelter on shops, and they see you running, and they just look at you like, "Mug didn't time it well, did he?"
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Why are you running?
Why are you running?
Why are you running?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I still get a little PTSD from one time when I was younger. I was on my way to college and it was raining. But when I say it was bucketing down, I mean, and I tried to stand under this big tree, thought it was going to give me shelter. Give me no shelter, bro. I was so wet that I was wet through to my boxer shorts, and my MP3 player broke, bro, because it got so wet in my pocket, bro. From that day, I said, "Bun rain, Rubo." Bun rain, bro.
Oh man.
Bun rain, bro. How can I be outside and when I get home, it's like I got in the shower with my clothes on? That's a madness, bro.
Yeah, that's happened to me a couple of times.
Yeah, I said bun rain after that, bro. I ain't got no time for that.
Oh man. Baden Red TV says, fellas, do you question Mbappe's love for football over money? Great talent, but I question his competitiveness against better players. What do you reckon on that, Drift?
I do. And the reason why I do is because when I heard that he's willing to hold bench for a year based on the fact that he'll make £2 million a week, including all the like bonuses and all that stuff that he gets from being a PSG player. And then because of that, he'll be allowed to sign for Real Madrid for £168 million signing on fee at the end of that season. I think they said the total amount he'll earn between now and the signing for Real Madrid is like 260 million or something like that, or somewhere around that.
If he stays at PSG.
If he stays at PSG, holds bench, and then goes to Real Madrid with a signing on fee, and he's willing to do that, I said, this kid's too motivated by money. Hey. Man, like Kojo in the building.
Absolutely. If you haven't watched our show with Kojo that we did last week, guys, make sure you tune into that. Laughs upon laughs. Kojo is such a legend. It's unreal.
Trust me, bro. And make sure you hit the link in the description and go and get tickets for them for Kojo's show as well, man. You will not regret.
Indeed.
You will not regret, guys.
So the way I see it, Drift, he only wants Real Madrid. That's his dream. But PSG won't deal with Real Madrid, apparently.
He shouldn't have signed the deal, Cal.
No, Drift, I hear you. But they don't want to deal with Real Madrid. But again, gentlemen's agreement, they could have said, sign the deal in a year's time, we'll let you go. They may have changed in the terms of negotiation.
No, they didn't, you know, Cal. Do you not know what happened?
No, I don't.
So basically, they sat down with Kylian last summer when he could have worked Real Madrid for free.
Yeah.
And they said, look, out of respect for us, like, please don't go for free. The amount we invested in you, the amount we've paid you, the respect that we have for each other, please don't go for free. He said, all right, cool. So we signed a new deal. It was under the premise that he will sign a 2-year deal with a 1-year extension. After the first year, he will activate the extension and make sure PSG can get some money from this summer. So he was still kind of meant to go this summer, but it would have been for money because he would have had the long contract that they could have negotiated a fee. Then he's turned around now and gone, nah, I ain't doing that. So even though a gentleman's agreement is worth the paper it's written on, Harry Kane found that out the hard way, right? I'm not going to lie. Mbappe kind of has spun the club and he's milked all the money he could this year, which, as I just said, is apparently £2 million a week, including bonuses. And now he's willing to earn that again and still walk away now that Real Madrid can afford, because apparently Real Madrid couldn't afford to give him the money at the time, which is why he re-signed with PSG. The kid does seem a bit too motivated by money. He seems like a lot of drama, you know. I'm not going to lie.
PSG apparently don't want to negotiate with Real Madrid.
Well, they don't want to negotiate with anybody, apparently.
So that's part of the issue.
Like,
Then
they've got a fee,
Madrid,
and like you've got to pay the fee, innit? Like I think it's like 150, and they just want 150. They're not in no negotiating. They just want 150. But no one's going to pay that for a player who's free to talk to in 12 months' time.
No, but that's the point then. So it's kind of on PSG as well, right? Then because if
to a degree, yeah.
If he's saying I only want to go to this club, and they're saying, well, we ain't going to take anything lower than that. But they're
he's not even saying that, bro. He said, guys, I want to be here for another year. He's trying to style it like, no, I don't want to leave. No, but I'm not going to sign a new contract, but I don't want to leave. He's trying to style it, bro.
I don't think he is drift. I think he wants to go Real Madrid. PSG have said we're not negotiating or working alongside Real Madrid. And then he's basically got, from what I gather, he's gone, well, I only want Real Madrid. If you're not going to accept a bid from them, then I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to go anywhere. And I'm going to go down a free. And then they've turned around and said, we ain't losing you on a free. We're getting some money back for you. Hence why they're now trying to sell him to Saudi. But if I'm not mistaken, he's rejected Saudi.
No, but I heard different. I heard that as long as you pay 150, they'll negotiate with anyone. But they are refusing to lose him for free. That's what their beef is. That he's trying to walk away for free to get a signing on fee, bro, which is 160 plus mil from Real Madrid.
They're both in the wrong, pretty much. They're both.
They are both in the wrong. Yeah, PSG aren't innocent in this scenario, but he has kind of done them dirty though. He has. He promised them he would sign the extension.
He rejected Saudi though.
Oh, has he rejected it?
Yeah. I mean, that's a strong man doing that, bro. I can't lie.
No, but bro, he makes £2 million a week at PSG.
And
it don't make it that hard to turn down. Don't get me wrong, 30 mil to 2 mil is a whole different kettle of fish. I agree.
Brother, whole another level, bro.
But £2 million a week is still disgusting money, though.
No, it is. It is drift. But 30 mil a week, bro.
Yeah, no, it's outrageous, bro. It's absolutely outrageous, bro. It's absolutely outrageous,
bro.
It's absolutely outrageous, bro. It's so I don't know, man. I don't know. Like this, you know what? Don't get me wrong. If I heard Liverpool about to sign Mbappe tomorrow, I'll probably just flip-flop on this like a mofo. Yeah,
I know you would.
I probably would. But he seems like a lot of drama that I don't think it'd be worth going through. Like he's a proper prima donna, this shoot. And like, you know, that's the reason why I didn't really like Ronaldo and I always favored Messi, because I thought Messi was a lot more about the team rather than himself, whereas Ronaldo always seemed about himself. Kylian just seems more and more like he only cares about himself. And that kind of shit's kind of toxic, man. I don't really know how good that is for morale. How must all the other PSG players feel like right now? Like, right, Kylian, why are you moving like this, big man? I don't know, man.
I reckon they're all right because they're getting good money there as well.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. He does seem like a big headache. He seems like a big headache, bro.
If they sell Mbappe, they best just leave Salah alone in it. That's all I know. Don't even think about nothing. Yeah.
I don't think Salah leaves Liverpool for anything other than Saudi and generational wealth. I don't think he wants to play for anyone else in Europe but Liverpool. I think he proved it. I think Salah's actually proved. He sat down in that interview and he said, I cry at the thought of having to play against Liverpool. I truly believe he adores the club and I don't think he wants to play anywhere else in Europe. I think he signed that deal under the premise he'd retire at Liverpool, But maybe you take the Saudi money for generational wealth and to go and, you know what I mean, and play out the final days over there, which nobody could blame him for. So I don't see Mo going PSG or any of those clubs. Not personally, anyway. I don't think we have to worry about seeing Salah in Europe.
What would you do if Salah, if PSG came with a £150 million bid for Salah? Would you sell?
No. I told him to go.
There we go. That's my guy. That's
I'll
a
tell him
perfect
to
way
go.
to end the show. That's a perfect way to end the show. I knew you wouldn't let me down with that, bro.
I don't want to see him in Europe.
Yeah,
Saudi's the only place I'm accepting, and that's from next year onwards.
Yeah, I'd have cut your mic if you said you'd have sold him still. So I'm glad.
And you know what? I might be sitting there in 12 months' time, and I'm like, no, actually, I'll take it back. I don't even want him going Saudi. But I think I've kind of started to accept it because I think it's going to happen. I don't want it to happen, but I think it's going to happen. But we'll see.
Terrell McCarthy is very blunt with how he'd respond.
I'm not going to lie. People from that part of the world, I don't quite think I would do it like that. But
yeah,
I'll do it more politely. I'll do it more politely, you know.
But now, people, look, I'll say it again. Whether you agree with me, whether you disagree with me, whether you agree with Drift, whether you disagree with Drift, whether you agree with Matt, disagree with Matt, this is a forum where we all speak openly. Keep it respectful. Keep it just keep it respectful. Banter and all that stuff is absolutely fine. That's all we are. Keep it respectful.
That truly is CEO Disney money.
Yeah, that's probably more.
You're living a good life, bro. It's an absolute.
There's probably more than what the Disney CEO gets.
Do you know what, Cal? I'm not going to go into details or get disrespectful about it because it would be silly to do that. But I think there's a lot of people in the world that there's not much they wouldn't do for £13 million a week.
No,
and I mean anything.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I think 90% of the world don't even morals. What's morals? How much did you say? £13 million a week.
It's sad. It's sad.
Man will offer up their wife for £30 million a week, bro. Don't get it twisted, bro.
Oh, that's low hanging fruit, bro. I've got so many puns I could use, bro.
Don't get it twisted, bro. There are so many people in this world.
22 things I could say still, but I won't.
Bro, and I just like to make it very clear. I'm part of the 10%. You can't buy my morals. You can't buy my morals, bro. But 90%, wow. 30, bro, yeah, bro. Man, will sell their morals immediately, bro.
I'll be honest, bro. There is no amount of money you can pay me to get that image out of my head of someone else being with my wife, bro. There is no amount.
No way.
There is no amount.
No way, bro. But there's man them will do it.
Yeah, bro, we see it. We see it on a regular, bro. We saw it a couple of weeks ago, bro.
Yeah, bro. There's man them that will do it, bro. Mad thing.
Saw it a couple of weeks ago, bro. Not nice. Troy M says Spence or Crawford fight this weekend. I'm going Crawford. I've got to go Crawford.
I'm going Crawford. I am so buzzing for this fight, Cal. I have not been this excited for a fight. When was the last Triple G Canelo?
Drift to cut you. Next Sunday for the watch long, we are going, guys. We'll just let you know from now. We are going to be hanging.
There's a possibility we might not make it. There's a possibility we might not make it. Let me just give you a little thing. Let me say this right now before the people think that we're like being liberty, yeah? If we don't do it. Cal's doing a watch along and I'm going to my boy's fight party. So Cal's going to be on stream till 6 in the morning and I'm going to be out on road until 6 in the morning. The game's at 10. I'm also going to be intoxicated by the time I get home.
Oh, yeah, you're not doing it then. You're not doing
Bro, see when the man them get together for a fight like this, we are going to be drinking Hennessy and Magnums all night, bro. I have no idea how I'm going to make that fight, Cal. Make that game, Cal. I don't know how I'm going to make that game, bro. It's almost going to be impossible, bro.
You're basically going to do a Trent after we won the league against Man City, basically.
But no, I'm going to be like Grealish after the treble, bro. I'm going to be wrecked, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Well, all I'm saying, anyone who watches the Sanderson show, you see me fall asleep online, You might see it again next Sunday still. I'm going to make it, but I don't know what form I'm going to be in. I'm going to be in a bad way.
Man, them are telling me keep drinking and just jump on the stream at 10, you know. You don't want me to kill myself. Oh, my days.
I don't know what state I'm going to be in.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
My plan is to try and sleep from 9 p.m. till 12:45 on the Saturday night going into the Sunday morning, and then I'd probably be streaming from 1 till 6. Then I'm gonna try and sneak in 2 hours of sleep, depending on the kids. If the kids do a madness though and wake up before 8:30 or 9, then I'm screwed.
Nah, I'm spending the daytime with the missus, and then I'm going out in the evening, so I'm not gonna have any time to sleep, bro.
Neither am I. It's Robbie's birthday. Get together on that Sunday as well. Bro, when I tell you,
you're gonna be clapped if you do this show, bro. Oh my days. Cal, you know, I think we should just tell the people for now. Unfortunately, that's the only game we're gonna miss.
No, I'm doing it, man. I'm doing it.
And just for a little caveat in there, Matt will probably be with me at the fight party, so he can't even cover the show either, bro. So yeah, I'm
gonna do it. I'm gonna make it happen. You lot in the comments better keep me awake though. Like, you lot better be running some good jokes that morning because I'm gonna be struggling.
You're an absolute legend, Cal, if you do that.
Bro.
You're absolute
work rate, bro. The work rate's got to be done.
No, I hear that. You know what it is? It's the alcohol that's going to stop me from being able to. I'm not going to be able to do it intoxicated. I'm not.
Yeah, it's long for you slurring your words as well, bro.
Yeah. Man, pull up, you know, man. I'll be able to like, so you look, yeah. No. That's not the one. Tiredness and intoxication. That is not a good combination. That's
not a good one at all. Yeah, I'll be.
A man said Red Bull gives you wings. You know, no, that will give you kidney failure, big man.
But here's the thing. You know, I don't even drink Red Bull and all those things. I just,
yeah.
That morning I'll be on the apple juice. I think I deserve that.
A little sugar rush, yeah.
Yeah. I deserve that. But I might just back up a little sachet of sugar, bro. Like,
no, get the little cubes, bro, like from the restaurant. You know the little cubes.
Be breaking out, bro. Just
probably like, Cal, you been up on stream, Cal? Like, no, sugar thing, yeah. Bro. Look. Oh man, don't give me a joke, bro.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm going Crawford. Hate says Drift looks like the pimp next to the clubs in GTA. I don't even know what that is or who that is.
Yeah, maybe that's one of the GTAs I ain't even played, but no, I ain't no pimp, bro. I ain't no pimp. I don't want nothing getting misconstrued. I'll get in a lot of trouble for that.
Beijing says, with how all these players going Saudi and the money, was the Super League such a big deal? Time will tell. I'll be honest, with how UEFA and FIFA are moving, the Super League kind of should have gone through. Big up Nito says, this was a great stream. Thanks for the dope bands. Big up yourself, Nito, bro. Nothing but love.
You know what? KJS, bro, I'm going to have to lay off the Ray. I can't drink Ray if I've got to be up until 5 in the morning. No. I'm going to have to leave nephew at home. I'm not going to lie.
Leave nephew home.
Yeah, I got to leave the nephew at home. If you're on the 60% proof and you're trying to be up till 5, 6 in the morning, you ain't making it. You ain't making it, bro. I'm
just hoping the UFC fights finish quick, so the card finishes quick, so I can sneak in another half an hour. But I know what my luck's like. Whenever
I doubt it, bro. I doubt that.
Fights go full length. H says, the Jason brother ever done an interview after saying his tools? Oh, wow. Yeah, no amount of money, man. No amount of money. But we would have to fight.
Hey, you've made my heart hurt.
But we would have to fight. Me and that guy would have to fight.
You've made my heart hurt.
And it'd have to be
but apparently he was all for it, bruv.
I know it's mad. It's mad.
They got a U and everything, bruv.
Bruv, just imagine, bruv, you've got a favorite chair at home, bruv. And you sit in that chair every day, and then one day you come back and you're just like, what? It doesn't. Oh, and then your missus goes, oh yeah, Jonathan sat in your chair today. What? 6'6" Jonathan, built like a what? Built Jonathan. Yeah. Like, you don't hug me anymore. Like, it feels loose in the chair. Like, why did you let him sit in there? You just wanted. It's not comfy anymore. It's too loose now. See the sofa don't hug me anymore. It's too loose now. Look at it. I don't want that sofa, bro. I don't want that sofa anymore.
There's nothing in the world that's letting me do that.
No, nothing.
Nothing in the world. And do you want to know what? I actually take pride in that. Even if I said yes, my missus will say no anyway. So it wouldn't even be a conversation. Pick wisely, my people. Pick wisely, man.
It's a horrible world we live in.
Winter is coming, Cal. Winter's coming, man. Yo, mad thing. Yo.
That's crazy, man. But people, on that note, hope you enjoyed the stream. Until you see us next time, please do make sure you subscribe, smash the like button. Make sure, importantly, though, you stay safe and stay blessed, people. Nothing but love. We'll be back again a couple more times this week, so make sure you switch on the notification bell and follow us on social media as well, people. Bless up to you all in the comments, whether you super chatted or not. Bless up to everyone who got involved in the conversation today and was respectful. Once again, you saw me and Nito going back and forth, and it's all love at the end of the day. You saw Drift and Jamrock going back and forth. It's all love at the end of the day. That's what we're here for, people. So if you can't really have conversations about it turning personal, then leave it alone. Maggie and Ray and Nephew Drift.
No, I just saw a comment. Honesty, savage. I can't read. I've never said that out loud. That is savage, bro.
Rolling in the deep. We could have had it all.
Oh man.
Boy. People, till we see you next time. Stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kop-Ish or out, people. Big up.
Peace.